It's the Orioles on Masson, and it's a day game here at Oriole Park at Camden Yards. Red Sox and the Orioles are wrapping up this three-game set. Red Sox having won the first two. It had not been an easy first two games. The Red Sox offense has been rolling along, getting just the hits that they needed, including home runs against the Orioles, while the Orioles offense has continued in its struggles, despite the fact they've been given a chance from their starting pitchers, at least from Dylan Bundy, to get back into the ball game. And even in the ball game last night, they were close enough, but again, not quite. So what do you do in a situation like that? You bring up a 24-year-old from the minors, from Norfolk, to start the game. Here are the numbers. Jeffrey Ramirez will make his major league debut in this ball game. Acquired from the Yankees, international bonus pool money is how he got here. You see the numbers: 116 minor league games with a 38-30 record. The last three starts, only 3 earned runs allowed in 16 innings. And the splits this year at Norfolk for righties, lefties, 155 and 286. Not a lot known about him. He only appeared in one spring training game. Buck Showalter, though, gave us this assessment.
You know, he's a position conversion. This guy's pretty athletic. You know, hard worker, made some strides. I mean, he's had a history of winning just about everywhere he's been. And, you know, he's been good this year down there. He's been real good. And then he's had some challenges like a lot of young pitchers. Still a young guy. And, but, you know, I like the fact that winning's kind of followed him around.
Well, Jim Palmer, quite a time to make a debut.
Well, you know, a day game after a night game. Maybe they're still slumbering. Even #1 offense when we talk about the Red Sox in the American League. He does throw strikes, Gary. He does win. You know, last year they got him for the international money. He was, what, 10-3 at AA Trenton, and he goes to AA Bowie, goes 5-0. So 15-3. That gets you on the radar. Orioles are always looking for pitching. He's a strike thrower. He was a converted infielder. You know, signed with the Diamondbacks as a middle infielder in 2012. So he's worked his way up. And again, I think he will find it's all right to throw strikes, but against the Red Sox, and we saw it with David Hess, who wasn't on his game last night, they have to be quality strikes. So again, I mean, if you're ever going to learn, I mean, it's not a final, because hopefully he'll get a chance to pitch, but at the end of the day, it's one of those midterm exams, even though it's your first major league start.
Jim, remember back with us, if you will, first time out on the mound, major league ball game, first inning.
Well, it was in Fenway Park, as a matter of fact, and I came in relief. You know, I walked Yaz to get to Tony Canicolaro. You know, I thought I was going to throw my first grand slam to the first guy I made contact. He struck out. And Lee Thomas, who now works for the Orioles, hit a soft single to center, so I gave up a couple of inherited runners. I was nervous. I brought the warm-up ball in, so hopefully he only has one ball when this game starts.
Or you can throw 2 at once. Maybe that's how you break in against the Red Sox. All right, we are ready to go in our day game. Red Sox and Orioles. Check the lineups and the young pitcher when we come back. Southwest. Low fares with nothing to hide. That's transparency. Summer day. Take a look at our game time temperature brought to you by BGE Home. We know more, we do more. It is 81 degrees. Partly cloudy skies and a little breeze blowing out towards left field to start the ball game. Take a look at the starting lineup for the Red Sox, tied for first with the Yankees in the division. Betts, Benintendi, and Bogarts, Martinez, Devers, and Nunez, Holt, Leone, and Jackie Bradley Jr. For Benintendi this season against the Orioles. How about those numbers?
Yeah, and he's been red hot. And again, you know, for Jeffrey Ramirez, we were going to do a scouting report, first major league start. Well, you got to be a little nervous or apprehensive because you've never done this, which is start a game at this level. Well, he's won everywhere he's gone. Talked about last year, Double-A, 15-3. This year, 3-4. But again, Norfolk not having the greatest year, and it doesn't seem like anybody really wins down there, but they can pitch well. So he's got 3 pitches. You know, I was talking to Austin Wynns, who's doing the catching. He caught him over the last couple of years. He said you're going to see a lot of fastballs and a lot of cambios, which is changeups in Spanish. You know, he does have a little breaking ball. And again, throughout, as a converted infield, the amazing thing to me, Gary, is he's thrown a lot of strikes. So let's see if he throws quality strikes, because that's the only way you're going to get the Red Sox out.
We really appreciate Ian Locke, the Director of Media Relations from Norfolk, sent us a scouting report. I haven't seen him all year, and we appreciate the help on that. 63 strikeouts, 4th among Orioles minor leaguers everywhere. Only Keegan Aiken, John Means, and Michael Ballman have struck out more than have Ramirez in the Orioles minor league system this season. And those big numbers, the right-handers just 155, big in the sense they're very good, and the lefties 286 against him. So he's done a real good job with the reverse numbers against the right-handers. So here's a big moment for him. Arrived last night, got the call up from AAA Norfolk, and now Ramirez is in the books. First ball hitting down the line in right field. Joey Rickert trying to find it. A lot of glare. He does. A pitch and an out.
Well, that'll do it. One pitch, one out. That's you look at the defense. Peterson, Gentry, Rickert, Adam Jones, at least initially getting the afternoon off. Valencia, Machado, Scope, Mancini. Chris Davis also having a seat, and then Austin Wynns doing the catching.
Adam Jones just getting a day off to rest. Put today and tomorrow together. He is available off the bench. That'll bring up Benintendi. 3-game hit streak. He's had a real good series. Betts, of course, has played now in 2 of the 3 games. 3-game hit streak, and he will take the pitch for a strike. So he's already done something he has done throughout the season at the minor league level for Ramirez. Leadoff batters, little success on the year. Now they're 11 for 61, a 180 plus batting average for leadoff batters in an inning. Pitch taken down low.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to overpower the lineup. You know, 91 to 93 is supposed to be the range, the fastball. But again, if you have a little bit of movement and you can locate it well, and then if you have the changeup.
And he likes his slider, Jim. Yeah. He says he believes his best secondary pitch is his slider.
Really, see, because when I talked to Austin Wynns, and of course this is a new year and whatever, he goes probably his second of the 2 secondary pitches. So we'll see.
Yeah, see what works today.
Hadn't thrown anything off speed here, and right there again, you know, you can. It's funny. I did a video with Rick Dempsey, and he was always talking about, and I guess it's old school, but it's just because you get behind hitters, if you make good pitches with your fastball, and we saw Dylan Bundy do that, you don't always have to trick people.
Yeah.
And there's the changeup, and it was a good one.
So that'll be fouled off, and as Buck Showalter said before the ball game, the big thing is getting through this first inning. I mean, you can only imagine for Ramirez what's going on inside, both the mind and the body. The butterflies are all over the place. You're amped up. You're just trying to throw strikes. You're trying to remember what a baseball looks like here in your major league debut. He gets that one in, popped up down the left field line. Peterson playing in left, long run, base hit. Oops, man, he ran into him, and that's going to allow the runner to go to second. So Manny Ramirez was going out. It looked like Peterson was going to have the play on the ball. Then they collided. The ball got free, and the runner gets second.
Yeah, I think Jace Peterson plays it right. He's going to pick it up, but he doesn't get it cleanly, and this is the problem right there, because that just kind of slows him down enough that by the time he gets to him, and Benintendi runs well, you know, he can steal bases, so he's got pretty good speed. So a single turned into a double.
So the error is going to be charged on Peterson. single and an error, moving him down to second. So Benintendi extends his hit streak to 4 games in a hurry. Now Schoop will hold the runner close. Benintendi with real good speed. Bogaerts is the batter. Look back. Ramirez delivers the fastball that is up 93 miles an hour. This year at AAA, runners in scoring position number high for Jeffrey Ramirez at 273 with runners in scoring position. He also is a pitcher who, by the book in this sense, if he gets ahead in the count, he's a whole lot better off than behind. 348 when he's behind in the count. When he gets ahead, 216. So first strikes are really important for Jeffrey Ramirez. And he falls behind here 2-0.
Yeah, and we've seen Bogaerts, who he'll take a hit to right field anytime he wants, so he'll look something hard. Again, I mean, he started the winning rally on Monday night in the 12th inning, inside out. The fastball into right field, and then the same thing last night.
Inside, he gets that pitch in. There's that changeup again on the inside corner. 2-ball, 1-strike count.
And I just got a text from Caleb Joseph. Actually, Norfolk is playing well, second place in the International League, so I apologize.
Way to
So,
go,
yeah,
Caleb.
33 and 26.
Let him know.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you.
And Caleb's playing really well.
Yeah.
We're going to look at that a little later. 2-ball, 1-strike count. 24-year-old right-hander, and a nice pitch down and away.
Yeah.
And you're leaving the count up at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, look at your Mercedes pitch cast, and you know, again, part of the deal is he gets behind and he throws something other than the fastball, and then all of a sudden gets back into the count with a good fastball, well located.
So a short lead at second base for Benintendi, with Jonathan Schoop making sure of that. Well, Bogaerts, 333, runners in scoring position, will foul it off, keep the at-bat alive. The Red Sox have already swept the Orioles once in the game in Boston. Supposed to be a 4-game set, ended up 3 with a postponement. They won all 3 of those. So the Orioles swept. Last time the Red Sox had a 3-game sweep here was last September, when the Orioles got swept in a 3-game series. The Red Sox are 8-1 against the Orioles this season. 2-2 delivery on the way, and Bogaerts will swing through it. 86-mile-an-hour pitch.
Yeah, that's that changeup, and you know, again, I mean, if you can change speeds, add and subtract, and boy, good arm speed there. Swings right through it. And you also have to understand they probably have less of a book on Jeffrey Ramirez than they do on a normal starter because of all the video. I'm not sure they made some phone calls. I was looking to see, and I don't know. Apparently, Pawtucket is not in the same division, so they did not. He did not face their AAA affiliate this year.
Now J.D. Martinez with a runner on at second. And Ramirez a chance to get through this inning. Martinez has only had 1 hit in this series. He's gone 1 for 6. Designated hitter. He'll take the pitch outside for a ball. Martinez, of course, still up there at the top. And the home runs and RBIs, battling for first and second place throughout the first 3 months of the year in that department. He has been on base the last 20 games that he has played against the Orioles and hit .394 in those games. He'll pop that one up first base side. Again, that glare. Trey Mancini, right almost on the bag, will put it away. Congratulations, Jeffrey Ramirez. He works through the first. Yeah, I hear you. As he held him down. Now let's take a look at the starting lineups for the Orioles, brought to you by Southwest. Low fares with nothing to hide. That's transparency. Rickard, Mancini, and Machado. Valencia, Scope, Trumbo, Gentry, Wins, and Peterson. Danny Valencia's got a 5-game hit streak coming into this one.
And Chris Sale. Well, one of the best pitchers in baseball. I outlined them all because they're all quality pitches. You'll throw them in any count. At 6'7", he's only 28 years old, and again, you really can't sit on any one particular pitch. I mean, you can, but if you just look for the ball, he'll move it out of the plate. 3-0 against the Orioles last year. No decision. Pitched well on that real cold day up at Boston, and gave up a run in the first inning. What, 5-0 in his last 5 decisions against the Orioles with an ERA of a little over 1.5 a game. So he's tough to hit. Hope he has a bad day. And then if he does make mistakes, which he doesn't do a whole lot of, hit him. And hit him hard.
Joey Rickard, who had the leadoff homer in the ball game last night, will go after the first pitch here. Bogarts will play it, running throw over to first base, and so each team got an out on the first pitch of the game.
Yeah, well, he's a strike thrower, so easy to play behind. Benintendi, Bradley Jr., and Betts. He came off the DL, played on Monday night, yesterday off. Devers, Bogarts, and Nunez, who's played all around. Holt playing first, played second last night, and then we saw Sandy Leon late in the ball game, that 12-inning game. He's going to get the start.
And in the number 2 spot, Trey Mancini. He will take the pitch away. This is the first time this year that Trey has batted second in the lineup. And why? He's 5 for 12 off Sale. So Buck Showalter trying to get him more at bats in a ball game against a pitcher who's likely to be in there for a while. Mancini with a 1-ball, 1-strike count. Trey trying to get things turned around offensively. Find a little better drive on the ball. 1-1 delivery to him, and that will miss down low, skipping across the plate. In that game that Sale pitched against the Orioles, 1 run, 2 hits, 5 innings. He allowed a run in the first inning and then had 4 scoreless after that. He is 5-2 lifetime against the Orioles, and he'll come in at 88.
Yeah, 88, 87, and then he can throw anywhere from 93 to 98 on occasion. Big swooping slider, different speeds. If you're left-handed, he looks like he's stepping behind you. A lot of deception.
2-2 delivery on the way, and that's what he does most of.
Yeah, right up the ladder at 98.
So he is second in strikeouts in the American League coming in. That is 121.
And again, I mean, you just don't see the ball. And again, this kind of stuff, this kind of location. Last year, really good start. I think the first year in Boston after being traded from the White Sox for Yoan Moncada. Maybe tried to amp it up a little bit too early, and then wasn't hurt down the stretch, but just it wasn't as good a pitcher. I think it was kind of, maybe not overthrowing. Don Cooper, when his pitching coach, used to say, you don't have to throw every pitch as hard as you can because you have such great stuff, and I think he's learned that lesson this year.
Here's Manny Machado. He'll take the pitch. Our Rocket Mortgage breakdown.
Yeah, again, Manny, well, he hits pretty much everybody. And even the Sales of the world. There's the breaking ball, first one of those, and again, because he can hit Chris Sale, he's gonna change speeds. He's gonna throw that fastball in and then move it away like he did to Mancini. But Manny can hit the ball the other way about as well as anybody.
1-1 delivery on the way. Great off-speed pitch, 81 miles an hour, and it worked its way in on the outside part of the plate.
They actually play Manny Machado to pull, and that's you don't see that a lot. Normally Bradley would be completely over here into that zone, and so it's and that's the way he's played most of the guys, and maybe that's because they're going to pitch him in a little bit more.
Manny comes in with a .311 average. That is 10th in the league. His 18 home runs are tied for 4th. 50 RBIs, tied for 2nd. He's tied for 4th in hits with 78 and 9th in extra base hits with 33, and leading the American League All-Star balloting for shortstops as of the disclosure of votes yesterday. Sale with a 2-ball, 2-strike count. Sale's pitched well here in this ballpark. He's 4-1 at Camden Yards. 2.29 ERA. Did he go? They thought he did. Leon and everybody else was heading off the field. Leon behind the plate started off.
Well, this is 98 up and in, and they thought they're going to get the call. He didn't swing at it. Brian Knight doing the home plate umpiring.
3-ball, 2-strike count on Manny. Sale taking a little extra second there. Down to third, hit hard. Devers up. One hopper, got him. So that'll retire the side. Sale gives the glove salute to his third baseman. It's a 1-2-3 inning and no score.
Do so many things well, and if you kind of look at the numbers, well, batting average first and then on base percentage, so that will help your runs. They also steal bases. They're over 50. Home runs first. Last year they were way down the list. And then how about plate appearances, strikeouts? So you put the ball in play, and the more you do that, because just remember the league average is about 300 batting average on balls in play. So it's about getting good pitches to hit, about putting it into play, and this team does it as well as most teams.
They have 97 home runs, fourth most through 68 games in Red Sox history, and they are second in the majors to the Yankees in home runs hit this season. So Ramirez will go to work. Devers stands in. The third baseman goes after the first pitch, and for whatever reason the Red Sox clearly at their offensive meeting this morning decided, at least to start the game, they're going to be first ball swinging.
Yeah, and that was a great changeup. So it kind of sets the tone, and there's another one. You know, Devers started in the 12th inning, doubled to left center field. He's played great defense. You know, a week ago, 10 days ago, they were saying, boy, he's slumping, not playing well defensively. Last night, the 2-run home run when they trailed early by 1. All of a sudden, he's turned it on. Yeah,
he's gone 2 for 10 in the series with a home run and 2 RBIs for Devers against the Orioles.
And the other thing, he's only 21.
Yeah.
I mean, he came to the big leagues last year, got about 222 at bats at age 20.
That'll be third base. Danny Valencia will back up just on the outfield.
Like nobody's running balls out today. Benintendi on the last out didn't even get the third base.
It's a day game, Jim.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Brought to you by PNC, our MASNsports.com blog recap. That was cynicism if anybody missed it. PNC, no better time to act than today. PNC, make today the day. Rock Cabaco, there he is. Glorious self in a day game. How about the homer that hurt David Hess again, and Ramirez on the mound? He takes a look at it. Steve Molesky, Britton's velocity, runner in scoring position stat, and more. Grayson Rodriguez, who came aboard yesterday signing the deal, the draft pick, over by the dugout and on top of the dugout, not a play.
Well, the Red Sox, I don't know if that plane's going to leave for Seattle early, but it's like the last day of spring training when you want to go start the season. We've had enough of this 7 weeks down in Florida.
Well, they've got 46 wins.
Well, no, they can do it. They're playing very well. I did see, you know, day game under night game, and that's what you were alluding to. But I saw Rock Cabaco. He was sprinting down the hallway.
Sprinting.
It's not affecting him.
Yeah. Did you know it was daytime, though?
Pardon me?
Did he know it was daytime? Did he realize that?
Well, that's another whole.
That's another whole question.
Yes, exactly. But
1 ball, 1 strike count. Nunez a 1 for 8 in this series. Ramirez delivery to him, and that'll be foul back.
Yeah, so the slider comes into play a little more against the righties we're seeing.
Really only 1 bad outing for him this year. That came against Charlotte. a 1 2/3 inning appearance where he gave up 8 earned runs. So that affected what is still a very good ERA. Fouled that one back. His last start was 5 days ago. He had a 5-hit shutout against the Mud Hens of Toledo. Picked up the win in that game and would have pitched longer, except that was the game Zach Britton had to get into. So Zach came in and pitched in the ball game. 1-2 pitch on the way and fouled off.
Yeah, it's amazing. You know what? 3 years ago, Zach Britton was perfect, 47 out of 47, 0.54 ERA, and he said last night the adrenaline was pumping. I couldn't slow down.
Yep.
Doesn't matter.
It's a good sign.
Yeah.
Oop. Nunez.
Little limbo right there to get out of the way. I thought it might have hit the back arm, and a little changeup that ran in. So again, 2 strikes. You know, he's a good hitter, and actually gets Wynn's glove. It looked like it caromed off part of his body.
2-2 delivery will be hit to short. Manny. It's the out. I love watching Manny fielding ground balls because this is what J.J. Hardy taught him. We used to talk about it with J.J. all the time. A lot of fielders, you have both hands down there, both the bare hand and the glove, and J.J. said, no, that just interferes with the ball coming in and getting it out. You want to make the play with just the glove, then take the bare hand and get it out. And watch Manny.
Yeah, look how low the glove is. Look, it's on the ground. I used to broadcast with Brooks Robinson, who won 16 straight gold gloves. He said, "Kid, I had trouble keeping the glove down." I said, "What? Come on." He said, "No, they told me to lay it on the ground."
Yep. Keep it there.
You know, and all the good shortstops. Belanger did it. Cal did it.
Ooh, yeah. Got him that time. Yeah. Turned away, and so Holt hit by a pitch with 2 down.
Yeah, sometimes you over-rotate. You know, that front shoulder takes you where you want it, but if it goes left, look how quickly it goes. Well, you don't have any choice right there. Plunks him. So we saw Martinez get hit last night. We saw Nunez get hit in the stomach the other day. And then right here just turns in. He's trying to go probably on the inside part of the plate and just over-rotates, and Holt says, "Okay, I'm on."
He had hit 3 batters this year at AAA. Ramirez had. 2 down, 1 on. Here's Sandy Leon, the catcher. Has only had 1 at bat in the series. He has gone 0 for 1. Runner at first and 2 out. Pitch taken up. Orioles have lost 6 in a row. They're still looking for that 20th win. It is the 4th time this year already that they have lost 6 consecutive ball games. And asking the rookie in his major league debut, find a way to get a W. 1-0 delivery, and that'll be outside.
And the only thing, and I'm sure he's going to find this out, especially if he gets to stay here and pitch a little bit, is that the only thing you control is your performance. You know, just go out there, try to make your pitches. You try to stay out of these towns. You know, Leon 17 for his last 51, so he's been swinging the bat well.
Got a 2-0 count on him. Runner not going. Switch hitter, 174 right, 266 left-handed. And also, this is his power side. Both home runs have been hit left-handed for Sandy Leon. You see the improvement from last month to this month.
Yeah, not a lot of at-bats in June, though.
No.
So that number way down.
3-0 count. See if he takes. He does. And Ramirez gets it in there for a strike.
Well, part of the deal is when you go 3-0, I mean, you know, you don't know if he's swinging or not, but you still have to throw a strike. Took a little bit off, but got it over.
38 wins, 30 losses for Ramirez in his minor league career. He'll make the throw over. Quick throw to Mancini.
Yeah, I think the big step and the big jump was last year. You know, the Orioles pick him up for international money. 8 from the Yankees. He was 10-3 there, and then he comes to AA Bowie and goes 5-0. So 15-3. Won a lot of games.
3-4 this year at AAA. 4.33 earned run average. 3-1 count. Runner goes. Leon will foul that one back. So they had him moving. And Holt will come back to first base. Alex Cora does a lot of that. Hit and run, run and hit, straight steals. He likes to keep the ball club moving, even though it's a ball club that has scored so many runs via the home run.
And maybe his scouting report is that this kid, even though it's his major league debut, throws a lot of strikes. So if you know he's going to be around the plate, that's what happens in the traditional 2-1, 2 balls and 1 strike. You know, the strike throwers, you can start the runner. They're probably going to be around the plate.
Now 3-2 going anyway. And a swing and a miss. He gets him on an 86-mile-an-hour pitch. 2 strikeouts for Ramirez. No hits, a runner left on. It'll be Valencia coming up. Robert Short from Mardella, 500 for being selected, 500 more for every Orioles home run hit today. Play Home Run Rich's scratch-offs, win up to $50,000, or enter non-winning tickets for a chance to be the contestant of the game. Go to mdlottery.com/home run. Robert, good luck.
That's not Robert Short that moved the Senators to Texas.
Apparently not.
No, I don't think so.
No.
I think he's.
He did. He played the lottery some time ago.
He did.
And apparently lost.
Yeah, one minute you're in Washington and the next minute you're down in the
Texas.
Yeah, wearing boots and they even had that stands on wheels. And I'm going, oh no, where are they going next year? All the bleachers were actually on wheels, you know.
It's not a good thing.
No.
Here's Danny Valencia. 5-game hit streak for Danny. He's carrying the hot bat for the Orioles right now with a hit streak. He's had a walk in 5 state games. The first time he's ever done that in his career. And good numbers during the hit streak is 7 for 19, a homer, 2 RBIs, 3 runs scored. Sale's delivery to him. There's that sweeping breaking ball in there for a strike.
Yeah, again, you could look soft. So in other words, the changeup is somewhere, about 83 and the breaking ball 78. You look in that window, and then of course you can't look for them all, because that's what you have to do when you get the 2 strikes. And the league just tells you every year it's really hard to hit with 2 strikes. League average is usually right about 175 or 6. So, and then again, the quality of his pitches, and then we're not even talking about Dana Lavangi, the pitching coach this year. He turns his back and steps over to his left, and then throws across his body. At least it seems that way, and then he can get to, which is why he signed with the White Sox and was in the big leagues his first year right out of college.
2-ball 2-strike count on Danny Valencia. Sale's delivery to him fouled back. Danny's gone 3 for 21 lifetime off Sale. Orioles are 8 for 15, 8 and 15 against left-handed starters. They are 25th in Major League Baseball in win percentage against lefties. And Sale, of course, is tough in that department as it gets. He's another pitcher closing in on 100 Ws. He's 96 and 62 in his career. He'll get strikeout number 2 in the game.
Yeah, so he kind of mesmerizes you with change-ups and slow breaking balls, and then he just goes right up the ladder with 99. He misses his target, but it doesn't matter at 99. And again, really good windup. I think he had a little bit of shoulder problems one year. And then the other thing is, they had to give up 3 players for him. Yoan Moncada, who was one of the #1 prospects in baseball, but they got him at a very reasonable price for at least 3 years.
He comes in with a little chip on his shoulder, according to the Red Sox folks with the team, because he's lost 3 in a row. He has lost to Atlanta, Houston, and the White Sox. 0-1 delivery, and the last one really upset him because it was his former team. He was not happy. He has given up 11 runs on 17 hits in the last 3 games.
Yeah, but how about the last one, though? Lost 1-0. Just got outpitched.
And that one's going to be inside.
Yeah, Dylan Covey, who beat the Orioles for his first major league win. He ended up pitching 6 innings and pitching very well against the Red Sox in Fenway.
He held the White Sox. Sale did. Scoreless through 6 in that last start before they finally got a run. Scope, a 2-1 delivery to him, and Jonathan 4 for 16. Lifetime against Sale. He has an even count, 2 balls and 2 strikes. For Jonathan, the hits have not come easy of late here in the month of June in particular. And another strikeout.
Well, he came into this game with 1,151 innings pitched with 1,672 strikeouts. And I think in the modern era, I mean, that's the most strikeouts for a starting pitcher, I mean, in eons. Over 12 per 9 innings.
He is 8th in ERA in the American League at 2.83. He has now pitched the 6th most innings, started with 89. And as we said, started with 120 strikeouts, all the way to the backstop. His strikeouts 2nd in the league, and Trumbo going, I think I got hit. And the home plate umpire, Brian Knight, going, I don't think so.
No, I think he got his jersey.
They're taking a look on the video. You can look at this, and Buck says, please do. So the acting crew chief is Mark Carlson, who's down at 3rd. So he will come in along with Knight, the home plate umpire, and they'll take a look at the video.
Yeah, so take a look, and it doesn't have to be a body part. It can be a uniform. Oh, yeah, definitely. He's going to be going to first. They're looking what we're looking at, and I would assume they'll get this video. Yeah, a little bit easier to tell from the other angle, even though it looks like either way it does. So that's what they're going to get a chance to look at in New York. Right there. Unless they're going to say that the gust of that 98-mile-per-hour fastball blew the uniform back.
Okay. Make an argument.
Yeah,
not a good one.
Yeah,
It's not a good argument, but make an argument. No, he's gone down to first.
Yeah, you would think so.
This one really shouldn't take that long. Trumbo immediately looked at the home plate umpire. Now Sale walking to the back of the mound.
Well, it gives you an idea how you just want to get on base against this guy. You know, you never know. Double down the line, maybe on the chalk. Again, he's 5-0, 3-0 last year, 5-0 in his last 6 decisions. Yep, there you go, with a 153 RA. So you'll take every break you can get. Good way to go get hit by a pitch to get your jersey creased.
That is the 7th hit batter by Sale this year. So Trumbo moves down. So the Orioles win the appeal, and the review goes to the Orioles, and that will get a runner on. And here is Gentry, first base runner for the Orioles. Craig Gentry getting the start in center field, with Adam Jones getting the rest today. Start number 6 in center for Gentry, who is 2 for 12 off Sale. And the pitch will be taken for a ball. Brian Knight, home plate umpire. Over the history of his career, generally hitters get a little advantage, not a lot, but the close ones, hitters may get more of the calls than the pitchers will. Even at third base, Devers. Sale looking right over at the runner. 1-0. That'll go down to third base. Devers was in. He wants to go for the force, and he will get it. Over there to get it is Nunez. No runs, no hits, no errors. 1 left on, scoreless. birthday of the U.S. Army is being brought to you by Navy Federal Credit, proudly serving the Armed Forces veterans and their families for over 80 years, federally insured by NCUA. And by DynCorp, here today to serve you tomorrow. In our day game here today, Masson celebrating U.S. Army's birthday. It is tomorrow on June 14. Orioles, of course, have a day off tomorrow. Army, the largest, oldest established branch of the military. Thank all the past and present members of the U.S. Army for their work and dedication in protecting our country. Well, it's interesting between innings as Jeffrey Ramirez, the Oriole pitcher, stayed in the dugout for a long time. He didn't come out till the clock had gone down to a minute, and then he threw, I was trying to count, at 5. He threw 5 warm-up pitches. Interesting. Well, you get as many as you want now because you have the clock running if you're a starter, and he apparently doesn't like to take them.
Well, you know, a lot of guys are superstitious. Mike Cuellar would not, unless his catcher and Austin Wynns was on deck. I mean, he would not throw to a, you know, your secondary catcher, which was out there.
It's interesting.
Yeah. Nope, I'm doing it my way. Of course, they didn't have a clock back then.
So here is Jackie Bradley Jr. 0 for his last 13. 0 for 8 in the series. So Caleb, we know you're down there listening wherever you're playing there. If you got information on why he would do that, and has he done that at Norfolk, I'd be interested. 2 ball, 1 strike delivery on the way. In the air to center field, hit hard, right at him though, and Gentry's there. So he's 0 for 14. Now the Orioles host the Marlins this weekend on Friday. First 20,000 fans, 21 and over, receive an Orioles reversible floppy hat presented by Miller Lite. Plus, you can enjoy Friday fireworks and music featuring singer-songwriter Jaden Michaels. Tickets at Orioles.com. We'll show you the floppy hat a little later.
Yeah, it's
extraordinary.
Yeah, it's a fashion item.
It is.
Miami actually playing a little bit better. They won the last couple games in a row down there in Miami.
Miami, Texas, and the Orioles. Not good. 1-0 delivery on the way, and that'll be fouled off and out of play. So Betts back in the lineup after getting a rest after coming off the DL, playing 1, resting 1, now back in, says he's 100%. Leads the majors in average, 354 in slugging and in OPS. Not just the league, but the majors.
Yeah, you know, the first swing he took on a couple of nights ago on Monday night was a rocket into left. Just missed a slider, one of the few bad pitches that Dylan Bundy threw. Skied it to left, would have just missed a home run, and did get a base hit, so a 1 for 5. They took him out for precautions when they got into extra innings.
He's hitting .370 against the Orioles this year. 2 homers, 5 RBIs. Back to what he was doing a couple of years ago. I mean, throughout his career, he's always been tough on the Orioles and everybody else, but especially the Orioles. Tailed off a little bit last year, and now he's back at it again.
Well, 9 home runs the year before last. That's how good he was. 3 in 1 game.
And that one drilled down the line. It is curving, and it is going to be a foul ball.
Well, Mookie, ever since he came to the big leagues, he had a September home run, and you know, as a former pitcher, that's what you kind of, whether you're pitching or sitting on the bench, you go, what kind of bat speed he has. And so you want to throw a 3-2, and you could see that ball's outside middle, and he hooks it foul. So you can go out and get him, and he can hit home runs of all parts of the ballpark.
That one in the air to right center field, went the other way. Gentry going back, looking up, and goodbye, home run. No sooner said than done.
Yeah. Well,
Betts gets his 3rd of the year, his 15th lifetime, and the 12th he has hit in this ballpark.
Well, for a while, first 9 or 10 games, they did all right with him out of the lineup. He missed 14 games, but you know, again, 18th home run of the year. You got to throw him a strike. I mean, that ball's up and away, but it's up, and it's on the corner. I mean, it's not like it's down the middle. But here's your approach. Let it travel. It slows down a little bit. 92 is probably 87. And then all you do is make a good swing on it. And he got to see 7 pitches there, and he hit the 7th one to right center field for a home run. And you don't let that affect you. It's a solo home run, whether you get any runs or not. That you just don't want it. Stay away from the big innings.
Benintendi had a base hit his first time up. Red Sox on the board take a 1-0 lead. Benintendi will take the strike. Ramirez gave up 5 home runs in the 60 innings he worked at Norfolk this year, and 3 of those hit by right-handers. 1-1 delivery on the way on the inside handle on the swing, and a 1-ball 2-strike count.
Yeah, you don't have a whole lot of guys at AAA or even AA coming up through the minors that take a 92-mile fastball on the outside corner and hit it to the opposite field for home runs. And
Betts is now tied for 4th in homers in the league. Mike Trout has jumped ahead of everybody with 23. J.D. Martinez 21. Ramirez with Cleveland's got 19, and then Judge, Machado, Betts all have 18. Benintendi 2-2, 1 down. And again fouled off. So Benintendi has had a real hot bat in that number 2 spot in the lineup, with Bogaerts waiting on deck. Now is 4 for 8 in this series with a home run and 2 RBIs. And Ramirez, first home run off him at the major league level. Jammed him, foul.
But see, it's funny, that ball is up and in. It's to you're protecting outside corner, and it just looks like, as a young hitter, number 1 draft choice 2015 after the University of Arkansas, that he knows where the bat head is. And again, he's able to take a pretty good pitch and still pull it foul. There's a changeup. He rolls over a little bit. Good pitch, bad result for Jeffrey Ramirez.
Benintendi's been on a bit of a home run tear. 3 home runs last 4 games, 5 in his last 10. So Benintendi's heading to the long balls of the Red Sox, and a good pitch down and away to get him.
Yeah, the arm speed really sells it, because he hit a change up for one of those home runs you talked about last night over the center field fence. It was down and in. This one a little bit lower, a little bit better movement. Watch the ball run and down and away. So late life. And he swings over it. Good pitch.
So he gets a strikeout, number 3, and doing what we were told he does. He throws a lot of strikes. Only 20 walks, 60 innings at Norfolk to go with 63 strikeouts. 2 down, nobody on, run in, homer by Betts. Bogaerts a strikeout victim, his first time to the plate. Talking about 2-strike hitters, here's a guy who does. He and Betts are 2 of the best 2-strike hitters going in the game right now. Unusual you'd have them on the same team. 27 of his 56 hits have come with 2 strikes. I mean, that is an amazing number. And Mookie Betts has been the leader in the majors, hitting over 350 with 2 strikes.
Well, the year before last, 196 hits. There's a really good slider. He led the major leagues in opposite field 2 strikes hits. And, that's why he'll commit himself. He could hit home runs when he's healthy. Last year hurt his wrist, but he's already on a pace to hit it around 20-ish.
1-2 up the middle. Manny Machado will hustle it over. Oh, not gonna get him. Could not get it out of the glove. Trying to make a running throw and couldn't come up with it. So Bogaerts reaches.
Yeah, really good pitch on a slider. So you think you're gonna get it out, and nope, couldn't get a handle on it.
We'll see what they call it. I think the clean play, I think he would have had him.
Well, it would have been close, because Bogaerts can run a little bit, but I think if you're a scorer, you're going to go, and all he has to do is get a grip on it, which he didn't, and it's going to be an out.
So the error is charged. Orioles have 2 in the ball game, and that'll go to third slowly. Play is going to be at first for Valencia. He'll get it over there. So only 1 extra pitch because of the error. Martinez retired. Home run Betts, 1-0. effort. As Cabrera is out of there for the rest of the year, age 35, owed $54 million. And Detroit Free Press says that the cold hard facts of this situation, season-ending injury with the games yet to play, millions of dollars they have yet to pay, is one of the worst things that could have happened to the Tigers. And more hurts. 4 of your starting 5 are out. The Dodgers rotation on the DL. Kershaw, Hill, Mader, Beulah, and Rue. The only regular starter still active is Alex Wood. That from the Yardbarker. And yet the Dodgers are just 3 games behind Arizona in the West. The injuries, as has happened in, I don't know, the last 5 years, just pile up.
MRIs, and I don't know why. I honestly don't know why.
Amazing number in key players. Sale puts the pitch on the outside corner for a strike. Austin Wins at the plate. Wins, Peterson, Rickert. No walks, 3 strikeouts. Sale, same thing for Ramirez, making his major league debut for the Orioles. The 0-2, he went around on a pitch in the dirt, and he's out of there. 4 Ks.
Yeah, look at your Mercedes pitch cast, and again, strikeout number 4. This is the slider. We showed you that number. I mean, you're hitting about 111. I mean, it's a whole nother level. If you're come out of the minor leagues, Austin Wins, you just don't see the quality of this kind of slider and somebody that's 6'7" and throws this hard. Great changeup to go with it. It's a whole nother tutorial on trying to hit.
Gets the first out. In at third base, Devers. There's Peterson up. Peterson will take the pitch inside for a ball. Last year for Sale against the Orioles, 3-0 mark. Jim mentioned his ERA was 2.05. 3 wins, 3 starts against the Orioles last season. And he has won each of his last 5 against the Orioles with a 1.58 ERA.
Getting the message, he's tough to hit.
Wow. 2-0 delivery on the way. And he will miss with that. Falls behind 3-0.
Yeah, the hopes right here is, you know, with Adam Jones out, Chris Sale is going, why is Jace Peterson? What does Buck Showalter know? Why is he in the lineup? And he goes 3-0 on him. Should be taking a couple of pitches. Well, he takes that one. So a rarity, a walk from Chris Sale.
To the number 9 hitter. Well, as you enjoy a Miller Lite, look forward to the whole true moment later in today's game. Peterson on at first. That's 23 walks in 92 innings. Joey Rickert, leadoff batter, grounded out his first time up. Rickert with a 2 for 10. Lifetime off Sale. Devers will stay again in at third, right off the cut of the grass. Pitch will be in there for a strike. Orioles with a day off tomorrow. Chance to regroup. Take a look at the starting rotation situation. Cashner had the MRI today. The results of that are going to be announced after the ball game. He's on the DL. Donnie Hart was sent down today. Called up yesterday. Sent down today. Back to Norfolk in order to make room for Jeffrey Ramirez. And Sale, is he talking to the home plate umpire? He stayed there for about a 3 count, looking in at Brian Knight after that last pitch.
And now he's having a conversation with the Nick Lentz, who's the second base umpire, who's standing right behind him.
Runner at first. 1-1 delivery on the way. That's going to miss inside. 98 miles an hour. Trey Mancini is waiting on deck. 2 ball, 1 strikeout. Peterson with speed, so Sale's got to at least take a look over there. They're holding. 2-1 delivery, and there's that sweeping pitch again.
Yeah, you think you're going to get a fastball to hit, and you don't. Yeah, nowadays in baseball, they always talk about what happens the first, second, third times through the lineup. 221, 183, or 198, and then 193. That tells you how good it gets better.
Runner goes, and it's fouled off.
And the reason is because he's a 3-pitch pitcher that can throw any of them at any time and mix them around. And You know, he can go to another level. We could see him pitch at 93, and if he needs 98, he just goes to it. And he doesn't speed up his body, he speeds up his arm, because he's just one of those special guys. And then you throw in the fact that he's so deceptive, which is why he's tough to hit.
Joey Rickard has had only 2 hits in 23 at bats in June, under 100 batting average for this month. 2 ball, 2 strike count. See if Peterson runs again. No, and that's why. 5 strikeouts.
Yeah, 98. Yeah, good fastball hitter, and you still, because again you're thinking, no, is there going to be a change up? Probably don't see it because he's got to turn his back to you, and then throws it right by you.
Sale had 8 strikeouts against the Orioles in that first game back in April. Now Trey Mancini with 2 down, a strikeout victim himself. 5 for 13 now against Sale. Trey just 211 here in June. And Peterson back.
Well, take a look at Trey Mancini trying to make some changes. So last night, last year, and again, his hitting instructor Scott Coolbaugh says he did run into the wall. Watch him load on his knee, and watch how he stays through the ball. How the belt stays more towards the pitcher this year. You know, maybe it's a knee issue. He's really coming out of a swing just a smidgen. And again, when you have the Red Sox have the 2nd best pitching in the American League, when you have guys like Sale or you have the Kimbrels or, you know, Joe Kelly, it's just that little different between staying on the ball and not.
There's no question since that knee injury offensively for Trey Mancini, the numbers significantly lower.
Yeah, and it's the right knee, and that's the one I think he pushes off on, and you try to stay back and hit through the ball. Certainly he's working hard to try to correct it.
0-1 up high, throw down.
Yeah.
Leon going down to Holt.
And that started in spring training. You know, you saw him early in the spring, and okay, so what do you know, he understands you take away last year. You know, he had 293, he had 24 home runs, you know, had a terrific year, hit 340 with runners in scoring position. That all goes away. And he said, what do I want to do? I want to stay back a little bit. And then looked like he was doing that in early April, and then the knee injury.
1 ball, 1 strike. Yeah, up until that knee injury, I mean, he looked very much like the hitter we saw last year. I think he felt good. He was seeing the pitches, driving the ball pretty well. Then that slide here at the ballpark in left field where he jammed his knee underneath the padding into the cement on the wall, had stitches in it, and he's not been the same since. 1 ball, 1 strike count. Runner goes. Swing and a miss. Leon's throw right there. Gets away though. Might have had a chance, have been able to hang on to it. Coverage wasn't very good on the base though by Bogaerts. He came up to take the throw in front of it.
Actually, I think it was Nunez.
Nunez.
Yeah, he comes up, and I mean, of course, that's the difference. You know, because of, you know, they missed Pedroia. Whether he'll be able to come back. You know, tried to come back. What, got 11 at bats, I think, and then the knee acted up. So again, all you do is catch it. He's out, but you don't catch it, and he's safe. Then I get the tying run, a couple of outs, chance to. It doesn't have to be a line. It could be a bloop, a little grounder, whatever. 2 outs, everybody's running.
He is 8 for 9, stealing bases. Mancini with a 1 ball, 2 strike count. Not against Sale. That'll be strikeout number 6. Runners in scoring position, 176 off him. By the all-wheel drive RAV4. Toyota, what drives you? Visit buyatoyota.com for great deals. The day game here at Camden Yards, wrapping up this 3-game set against the Red Sox, and a 1-0 lead. The home run by Mookie Betts in the 3rd inning, providing the run. Jeffrey Ramirez, the 24-year-old, making his major league debut. He has walked none, struck out 3. Benintendi's picked up a single, and that with the home run, the only 2 hits they've had. Then a couple of errors in the ball game by the Orioles, and 1 hit batter, allowing for the other base runners.
Well, it looks like he's got a loose arm, good size, 6'2"-ish, 220 pounds, and a strike thrower.
Yeah,
that's refreshing.
Devers popped out his first time up. He'll go after the first pitch and foul it away.
Yeah, and it's not always about velocity. I'm not, we've seen, we're seeing the best with Sale because he could throw 99 with great movement and change up slider. But you can throw 90 to 93 if the ball moves. You can change up, that 84 mile per hour changeup we've seen on occasion makes that 90, 93 mile per hour fastball maybe seem a little bit harder because it's hard to time. And hitting's what's it about. You're trying to time Ramirez, and he's trying to fool you.
He'll be up high with that one. 1 ball, 2 strike count. He's out in front though, and has looked very calm out there on the mound after getting through that first inning, his major league debut, and he's right there for a called strike. No argument on that one.
Yeah, Brian Knight, behind the plate. So take a look at your Nissan pitch cast and look where the target is. It's low and away, and of course he doesn't throw it quite there, but outside third. And again, if you're Brian Knight and you're umpiring, it's somewhere around, and it's right in front of your eyes. I'm sure Devers might have thought it might have been a little bit low, but certainly, tough 2-strike pitch to take.
And that'll be outside for a ball. Ramirez starting with the Diamondbacks as an infielder. 2014 converted, played in the Dominican Summer League, which is where he was converted to a pitcher, and then has moved on through the Yankee organization onto the Orioles. And here he is in his major league debut.
Yeah, he was a Rule 5 guy, but didn't spend the whole year in the big league, so they didn't follow through.
Nunez will take it for a strike. 2-1.
It's almost like a BP fastball. We don't see that thrown very often anymore, where you just kind of, okay, here's a strike, throw, take a little bit off,
and then comes back at 91,
and then adds a little bit.
So a 2 ball, 2 strike count.
The late Mike Flanagan was the master of that. The BP fastball. I first saw it from Stu Miller, the great changeup pitcher.
2-2 delivery on the way, and a chopper. He went down on the plate to get that one and bounced it up into the screen. The only time the spring training saw him, he made an appearance in the Grapefruit League, 2 innings. That was February 28 against the Cardinals. That's the only appearance he made. And that's up the middle for a base hit. So Nunez is on with a single.
Yeah, Jeffrey goes, well, I used to be an infielder, but since I'm falling off to first base, I can't feel this ground ball. Otherwise, he would have snared it. I mean, it's right, not hit that hard. Well, maybe it is harder than I think. But I mean, it's just a routine ground ball. But the minute you fall off, that's part of a lot of guys' windup. It's hard to defend.
So the base runner on. Red Sox have their 3rd hit. Holt hit by a pitch his first time up. 1 away. Nunez faking a go at first. That'll draw the throw. He's trying to get Ramirez's attention, and he did.
Yeah, he's stolen 4 out of 5. I mean, the 2 guys that really run are Betts with 13 steals, and Benintendi. Bradley, the bottom of the lineup, is 7 out of 7. Not only the White Sox with more steals than the Red Sox in the American League.
Good lead over there, and another throw over to get him back.
Yeah, they got a nice offense. Good with home runs, good with average, all number 1 or 2, and on base percentage, stolen bases, walk a lot, don't strike out a lot.
Delivery on the way to him at the plate, and Holt sees his first pitch in the at bat, and it'll be taken for a strike. Last 31 games, hitting .341. He's really come alive at the plate. 14 RBIs in those ball games, and equally as important, 11 runs scored. He's looked more on as a table setter for the Red Sox. 0-1 count, runner not going, pitch way up and away, 1-1.
Yeah, and the other thing is if you start him against a guy like Jeffrey Ramirez and they bring in one of those setup guys or middle relievers that's left-handed, he's 5 for 11 against lefties, so you don't immediately have to pinch hit for him. So he hangs in there against lefties, actually higher average than, not as many at bats, almost 100 against right-handed pitching.
Cat and mouse going on with Nunez. Nunez moving around, jumping around. Foul back. There's one Holt wanted and didn't get it. Fouled it back into the screen and a 1-ball 2-strike count on him.
Well, what you're trying to do is, you're hoping if you're the first base runner that you're trying to maybe disrupt your pitcher's timing. Young, 24, first major league start. Maybe get him to slide step. Stuff's not as good. Location's not as good. So he got a good pitch to hit and missed it.
1-2, runner goes. Perfect one to throw on. Got it there, and he is out. 3 for 3 for wins behind the plate, throwing out base stealers, and Nunez retired.
Well, great pitch. So watch this. It's up and away. So right out of it, quick release. To talk about pop-up time, and then of course Nunez did not have a big lead. So if you make a good throw, and he does, nice little grab right there. Stay down. Drop the tag on him, and all of a sudden get yourself a second out.
So now 2 down, and Holt will take the pitch, and the count will go 3-2. So Austin wins in his 5th start behind the plate. Picks up the throw out on the caught stealing. 3-2 delivery towards the hole. He's got a base hit. So Holt on with the 2-out single for the Red Sox, their second hit in the inning, but there are 2 down. Oriole fans, when the O's score 5 runs or more, get 50% off regular menu price online orders at papajohns.com with promo code Orioles5. Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's. Here's Sandy Leon, the catcher, hitting 8th. Leon, a strikeout victim, his first time to the plate. Orioles defense will be pretty much straight up on him. Bunting.
Yep.
He had him back at third base. Valencia was playing back, and he couldn't get the bat on the ball.
That's all he had to do is get it down. And now, of course, he'll play about 3 steps in, at least for this 1 strike.
Leon has no bunt hits on the year. 0-1. Not bunting there either, and the pitch will be taken away. So 1 ball 1 strike count. Sandy Leon. Vasquez worked the first 2 games behind the plate for the Red Sox. Day off today. They'll be heading out to Seattle. 4-game set against the Seattle Mariners, who are jockeying in that first place spot, half game ahead of Houston starting the day. Fouled away.
Yeah, Leon, who really came up with the Nationals and then acquired for cash back in 2015. Over 300 his 2016. Last year about 225, but the home runs average went down, but home runs and RBIs stayed pretty much the same. Very good catcher. I mean, you got Vasquez, you got Leon, and as you mentioned, Blake Swihart also can catch, but not as well as these 2 guys.
Swihart's been used as a utility player this year. Has been behind the plate, but more in other positions. 1-2. Holt. Not a big lead over there, not going, and the pitch will be up high. Count will go to 2-2. Orioles, meanwhile, of course, are going to stay here at home. Day off tomorrow. Weekend set against the Marlins. Gosman, Cobb, and Bundy. Urena, Chen, and Richards scheduled to go for Miami. 3 separate start times. 7, 4, and 1. And the pitch will be taken up high. So the count worked full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. No walks surrendered by Ramirez yet in the ball game.
Isn't it amazing what the 2-out base hit can do? It can keep the inning going, and he's now have to throw at least 6 more pitches. Rolls the lineup over.
Runner goes, and he gets him. Strikeout number 5. Ramirez Doing a heck of a job here. Still a 1-0 lead, Red Sox. Is brought to you by PNC. Make today the day. And by Visit Annapolis. Create your moment at visitannapolis.org. Home run by Betts in the third inning. Red Sox have the 1-0 lead. Red Sox are only .500 when Sale is pitched. Of course, he's only a game over .500 at 5-4. And the Red Sox are 7-7. In the 14 starts he's made. He will go back on the mound with that lead, and the Orioles will have Manny Machado, Valencia, and Scope coming up against him.
Yeah, historically they don't get him a lot of runs, and we saw that in his last game. You talked about, got roughed up in the previous two starts. When you get beat 1-0, you've pretty much done your job. And
they've averaged, let's see, 4 3/4 runs per start, which is second, third lowest among the regular starters on the team. Pomerantz and Wright have had less.
And all you need is a couple. I mean, like Dylan Bundy, you look at his run support and you say, well, he's got a lot of runs. Well, he got 17 in one game. So,
towering pop up, shortstop back, Benintendi in. Benintendi wants it and will take it.
Yeah, just the way you described it the other day. It's the infielder's ball till you get called off and you get out of the way.
Benintendi let his shortstop Bogarts know he was there. Plenty of hang time on that one. So Manny Machado 0 for 2 in the ball game. One away, fourth inning. Danny Valencia, strikeout victim his first time up. 1 walk, 6 strikeouts for Sale. Danny will go after it. That should fall in for a base hit. Left center field off the end of the bat. There's the first hit off Sale for the Orioles. And Valencia's got a 6-game hit streak.
Yeah, again, you're just trying to get a pitch early on right off the end of the bat. So it's not going to get up the gap, but it's hit softly enough. Kind of like a quarterback trying to find a hole in the zone defense. Just falls in left center field.
So the Orioles get a runner on here with 1 away.
Yeah, to get their first hit too.
Yep. Jonathan Scope struck out first time up. Scope will take the breaking ball that is in there for a strike. Overall against left-handers, Jonathan at .278, 100 points higher against lefties than against right-handers on the year.
But only the 1 extra base hit.
Yep.
Not as many at bats, obviously.
0-1 delivery to him again off the end of the bat, but this one's going to be foul.
Yeah, the Boston Globe described him this morning a once dangerous hitter. And that can change in a millisecond if you got a 1-0 lead. I used to, writers would go, yeah, well, it looked like you really had it under control when you had that 1-0 lead. You never have it under control when it's only 1-0 or 2-1, 3-2. Anything can happen.
0-2 the count. Jonathan will foul that one back. He got out of an 0-for-18 stretch with the home run he had in Toronto on the 10th. Long stretch. That's what has dumped the average down, and still struggling to put hits together.
Well, his last run, and it's not the case here with a runner at first, but his last RBI with a runner in scoring positions all the way back into May 28th.
0-2 count on him. Sale. A look over to first, and there's that great pitch.
Yeah,
wow.
You just can't time it. You know, some he'll start off the plate, backdoor him. This one, it starts in the middle of the plate. It's one of those backdoor sliders. And, I mean, he just sweeps it right into your back foot if you're a right-handed hitter. And
so he's got 7.
Yep.
7 Ks in the ball game. His high this year in strikeouts was 15 against Toronto. That is his career high. And he has struck out 15 3 separate times in his career. So 2 down, a runner at first base. Outside corner, strike delivered to Trumbo, hit by a pitch. His first time up. Pitchers dominating the first 4 innings of this ball game. The Betts home run, the only run on the board, only 4 hits for Boston. Trumbo on a sweeping pitch again that's in there, 0-2.
Yeah, you can just see him you kind of give up on it because you think it's going to be off the plate, and the next thing you know, it's the spin that gets it back into the strike zone. And now, of course, you got to cover all 4 quadrants of the plate. Hard, soft, change up, sliders, and 99-mile-per-hour fastballs.
0-2 delivery to Trumbo, and that's outside, a little bit low, maybe 2. 1 ball, 2 strike count. Orioles have had only 18 runs in their last 8 games. And as we continually say, 4 runs is still the magic number in baseball. 4 runs will give you a real good chance to win a game.
And they're averaging 3.5 on the season.
Yep. 1-2 delivery on the way. 1 after 1 upstairs. Fouled it back up overhead. The Orioles have, it's been both home and road coming into the series. The Orioles were 14th, next to last in runs on the road, and they were last in runs here at Camden Yards on their home field in the American League, which is really hard to believe in a ballpark that has forever been termed a hitter's yard, at least when the weather warms up. 1-2 delivery on the way, and that'll be outside. Trumbo taking, Sale wanting him to bite on one. Count goes to 2-2. Red Sox took the chance using Kimbrel in the ball game last night. 2 days in a row he's pitched, and he threw a lot of pitches last night.
Yeah, 53 pitches over the last 2 ball games.
They're really not available in this game. 2-2 delivery on the way, and a swing and a foul tip on the 83 off speed delivery.
Yeah, out on the front foot, but able to keep the bat alive, just nicking it. So again, off the plate, you're trying to cover the outside corner and time it.
Mark coming in, hitting only 160 against the Red Sox on the season. The Orioles obviously have not done much with them.
Yeah,
They've averaged 2.5 runs, the Orioles have, and the Red Sox have averaged 5.5 in the series. 2-2 delivery on the way. How did he get a bat on that one?
Well, you have to understand, if we saw this, the picture that before, when he just barely fouled off the breaking ball, you know, he was waiting, and here again, this is like 97. So again, the ball gets by him, but you just can't time Chris Sale. You have to hope he makes a mistake, maybe hangs one of those sliders. You're able to see it, which is hard to do, and do something with it.
2-2 breaking ball, stays away, bangs his fist into the glove. Wanted that one more on that outside corner. So Mark has worked him to a 9 pitch at bat. 3-2, 2 down. They'll move Holt behind the runner. So an extra step for Danny Valencia on any ball hit. Still not too big a lead when you got Sale staring at you and Holt not too far behind you. Full count. Runner goes. and walked him. Sale headed over to the dugout. He has been upset with the home plate umpire, and he's staring in again. He thought he had the strike. Experience yoga at the yard, presented by Kaiser Permanente, following the June 16 game against the Marlins. Ticket package, you get a ticket to the game, post-game yoga session on the field conducted by Baltimore's Holistic Life Foundation, and the yoga mat. Tickets are exclusively available at Orioles.com/yoga.
Anyways, I saw that yoga mat down in our production truck today. Might have to snare one. Not a yoga guy. Yogurt. I'm into yogurt
guy. Okay, that's different. Somewhat different.
But not that there's anything wrong with it.
No.
Either yoga or yogurt.
A lot of people.
I know you're an ice cream guy, but
I am an ice cream guy.
Nothing wrong with that, exceptionally.
Got that part right. Just need
Grape Nuts ice cream forever. That's one of my mottos.
I have a pint waiting for me in Maine. 0-1 count, 2 down.
A likely story, a pint.
I bought it before I left. Valencia, Trumbo, the base runners, and that one's going to miss inside. Can you get Sale upset enough here with the home plate umpire Brian Knight to start losing focus?
Yeah, well, he's kicking dirt and all that. He thought that breaking ball, I think Brian Knight thought it went around the outside corner, which it appeared to do, and of course you won it. And
now the Orioles struggle in these situations, boy. 2 hits, 21 at bats, first 2 games against the Red Sox, and he got one right there. Chance to hit it, fouled it back.
Well, yeah, if hitting 96 belt high is a great pitch to hit. Scott Coolbaugh, hitting instructor for the Orioles, was talking about that. Gentry's got a little bit more of a rhythm. And again, he's not a home run guy, and he's had a couple of quality at bats. Certainly can help you stealing bases. He's a very plus defender. But right here, he's scuffling. Try to recognize the pitch and not overswing. I don't care who you are. This is the count. Anytime you get the 2 strikes, very easy to expand the strike zone.
Orioles are 0 for 1 in these situations today. They've left a couple on base. 1 and 2, 2 down. Gentry waiting on Sale. Got it in and fouled it away. You take a look at the comparison. This runner in scoring position situation for the Orioles this year, last year. Here are the averages this season and career. Now Manny, of course, has been up leading the league. Trumbo, Valencia, good. Adam Jones down, Davis down, Scope way down. Way down. Alvarez and Trey Mancini is last in the majors.
Yeah, kind of not a whole lot of at bats for Trey, but he was a 340 last year.
Breaking ball again. He's trying to get that call on the outside corner. That wasn't there. So Sale's throwing some pitches.
Yeah, only the 4th inning. He came in a little bit under 16 pitches an inning. So he's right at that number, maybe a pitch or 2 higher than that if he gets Gentry out. Now, if he gets a base hit, he'd probably be in the 70s maybe before this inning's over.
Orioles down by just a run. 2 and 2, runners off first and second base, and a check swing, protect me, foul ball.
Well, there you go. It keeps the bat alive. Good pitch. Sale didn't get the result he wanted.
Gentry hanging in. He and Joey Rickard, 2 of the best at forcing deep pitch counts.
Well, Scott Coolbaugh had been talking about it. About three games ago, Joey Rickard checked a swing, hit one about 300 feet. And that's his point. You do not have to swing hard sometimes to hit the ball a long way.
Swing easy, hit hard. Sometimes harder to understand. 2-2 delivery on the way. Broken bat in the air to left field. Benintendi gets under, puts it away. No runs on 1 hit, no errors. 2 are left on base. Red Sox up. And a day game, and great to have you with us. Anything that starts before 4 is a day game. Lights have been on throughout, overcast skies. Home run, 3rd inning, Mookie Betts. That's the only run. The Orioles rookie, 24-year-old Jeff Ramirez, outstanding job. No walks, 5 strikeouts. Been very calm, throwing a lot of strikes.
Yeah, maybe the pitch count a little higher than you would want, but 20, in fact, about 3-4 pitches more per inning.
Jackie Bradley Jr., 9-hitter up against him.
Yeah, and he hit a screamer, but right at Gentry in center field.
Betts and then Benintendi to follow. Shift on against Bradley. And very late on that one.
Yeah, even when he hits the ball hard, he said he's a 0 for 15 run.
Yeah.
It's right at somebody. Did get the sacrifice fly, one of the 2 runs they scored in that 12-inning 2-0 victory.
It's had an 0 for 9 in the 3 games here. 1-1 delivery on the way, went for 1 upstairs. And a 1-2 count.
Well, his glove keeps him in the lineup, and we'll keep talking about that. But obviously, just think, again, they lead the American League in runs if all of a sudden the bottom of the lineup starts hitting a little bit better.
Don't want to think
Capable
about
of
that.
doing that, yeah.
He won't go after that one.
No.
Up high to him.
Yeah,
so
one of those,
Bradley with a 2-2.
Yeah, one of those out of your hand. Recognize it, not even close to being a strike. One of the non-competitive pitches you try not to throw.
2-2 delivery. Reached out, fouled that one back. Bradley against the Orioles this year has only had 2 hits. 2 for 29 against the Orioles. 2 ball, 2 strike count. Orioles still play the outfield fairly deep and right on him, and he swings through that one.
Yeah, you get a couple of chances, and then, boy, this talk about a quality changeup. He could be looking for this, which he isn't, and he still couldn't hit it. Great location, great arm action, and watch this movement. Ball, I mean, it's almost like a screwball, but at 82. And right here, it starts on the plate, goes right to the outside corner. Perfect 2-strike pitch.
So that'll bring up Betts, who did the damage with the home run in the 3rd. Taken for his strike. He is also flied out. 5-game hit streak for Mookie Betts in that leadoff spot. 3 home runs and 6 RBIs against the Orioles this year. This is the 10th game these 2 teams have played.
Yeah, take a look at the home run. It was just a 2-2 fastball, 3-2 fastball outside corner, and it's not a bad pitch, except this is Mookie Betts, number 18, and smokes it right center field.
0-2 delivery on the way.
Well, Alex Cora, terrific. Apparently Mookie Betts with more all-star votes than anybody. Altuve 2nd, Trout 3rd, and he goes, it must be the bowling community. He's a real good bowler,
Professional bowler.
Yeah.
1-2 delivery on the way, and that's outside. So I don't know how that would equate to helping you in baseball. Not that it has to.
No.
But well, he's a good bowler.
Yeah, but I think what Alex was trying to say was that's why he's leading the league, because you got a lot of bowlers voting for him. I think I'd look at the rest of the body of work myself.
Yeah.
Along with that, of course.
2-2 delivery on the way to him, and a check swing and a pitch inside, and he held up on it. One of the most pronounced pull hitters in all of baseball. Only Jose Ramirez has pulled more pitches this year than has Mookie Betts.
Till he hit that home run to right. Would we count right center home run? Yeah, kind of. Maybe straight away.
Kind of straight
More
away.
straight away.
Yeah. 3-2 delivery to him. Takes it up high for a walk. Ramirez's first major league walk will go to Mookie Betts, who got his first major league home run. Somehow those things follow in order. This weekend, the Orioles host the Marlins interleague action Sunday. First 20,000 fans 18 and over get the Father's Day necktie. Plus, the kids run the bases, presented by Weiss Markets after the game. Tickets are at Orioles.com.
No, the question is, with 13 out of 15, he's going to get a much bigger lead than Nunez did, who got thrown out. When do you run?
He's got the lead.
Do you run and keep the first base open, that little alley into right field for Benintendi, who's a left-handed hitter, or do you wait till there's 2 outs, or do you let him steal if you think they time him? We've already seen that Wins can throw. So is he under what 1.3 seconds to the plate? And if he is, can he throw strikes doing that? All these things come into play.
1-0 count, and Wins is going to go out and have a word with Ramirez, with Betts over there. Tight game, 5th inning. Cora likes to run. Mike Wright Jr. is up in the bullpen.
Yeah, we talked about
Benintendi also has got a hot bat.
Yeah, he really does. But I think also Austin's going out to say, hey, don't let the game get away from you, because it's, you know, Betts leads off. Benintendi, third time through the order. We don't know his numbers because this is his first major league start, but they get to see him 3 times.
So Benintendi has had a base hit, and he has struck out. He's got a 6-game hit streak against the Orioles. 1-0. Betts leaning, not going. Pitch up high, 2-0. Benintendi, the home run tear started this month for him. He had only 1 home run in his first 32 games. He has had 11 home runs in the next 32. So the power generation is shown up here. Betts fakes a go, pitches up high and away, and he falls behind 3-0.
Well, he can hit the ball to left field. That allows him to hit. We've seen him hit on a couple of occasions changeups for home run. And reading all year that, you know, really got in the gym in the offseason. Got a little bit stronger.
3-0. He never intended to swing. Almost stepped out of the batter's box. 3-1 strikeout from Ramirez.
So again, in Fenway Park, if you're going to be a left-handed hitter, you think of all the great hitters, whether it goes back to Pete Runnels, who won a batting title, or you know, Yaz or Boggs or Freddie Lynn.
Throw over again.
They could all drive the ball the other way, and then you can let the breaking ball, the change up, speed up your bat.
Well, Betts has certainly got his attention, and that may be one of the reasons the count is 3-1 on Benintendi.
Well, I think that's why Wins went out there. That made a whole lot of difference.
See if he goes here. There he goes. Oh my Lord, what a jump. And wouldn't have mattered because it's going to be ball 4, but he got a tremendous jump. So the second walk by Ramirez, and that's going to be it. So the 24-year-old at his major league debut, Jeffrey Ramirez, is going to be coming out of the ball game. A little trouble here in the 5th inning with the back-to-back walks. Fans will give him a nice hand as he leaves, trailing 1-0 and responsible for the 2 on base.
League debut for 24-year-old Jeffrey Ramirez against Sale, who's won his last 5 decisions against the Orioles. So Jeffrey's going to strike out 6 in 4 1/3 innings. Sale pitched 4 innings, 7 strikeouts, and of course you got to be at your best. Only the home run by Betts, a couple of walks will get Jeffrey Ramirez out of the game here in the 5th. There are the numbers: 97 pitches, 17 here in the 5th inning, and responsible runners first and second. Those are your Geico highlights. 15 minutes can save you 15% or more on car insurance. Visit geico.com to see how much you could save.
Well, Wayne Kirby with him, and certainly a very credible performance.
Yeah, it really was. He's very, very proud of his ability to really control his emotions. So now it's up to Mike Wright Jr. who will come in. facing the number 3
And a
hitter.
dangerous situation here. You got runners at first and second. Good speed on both. Bogart's number 3 hitter coming up has struck out and reached on an error. And a 1-0 ball game with one away. Big numbers, righties and lefties.
Coming down, though. I mean, I will say this: he's had better velocity.
Gets away. Runner goes from second to third on a wild pitch. Then Benintendi will stay on at first base.
Well, this is kind of where they get their extra runs last night on the way to 6. So again, I mean, you just kind of spike a slider. Surprised it didn't get by him. I mean, great drop to even keep it in front of you, and that it does at least keep the double play in order, even though Bogart's tough to double up because of his speed.
Third wild pitch Wright has had this year. Against the Red Sox, this is game number 3 for Wright. A run on 6 hits in 5 innings this year. 1-0 count. 1 down. Now do you take off from first? Pitch on the way to right field. That ball is near the warning track. Hauled in by Joey Rickert. That'll get a run in. Productive at bat. Bogart's RBI. 2-0 sac fly. Wild pitch set it up.
Yeah, that's what happened to Castro last night. He gave up that little extra run. And then again, all of a sudden, I mean, it's a lot easier to make it out and get an RBI to get a base hit, even though Bogarts is having a good year. And he does that. Good looks for a ball to get it in the air, gets it, and they get their second run.
So Bogarts makes it a 2-0 game. RBI number 35 for Bogarts. Now a runner at first base, and there are 2 down. J.D. Martinez 0 for 2, popped out, grounded out. Wright's delivery to him will be a strike. This is one of the first time in a long time that Buck Showalter has brought Wright into a ball game where it's not out of control. Wright has been coming in mop-up situations primarily and almost exclusively prior to today. 0-1 delivery, and that'll be a strike on the outside corner. Martinez didn't think so, and he and Mr. Knight have a discussion.
He hasn't liked the strike, especially on Monday night. Nick Lentz out at second base. It looked like they're pretty close, but
he is 8th in average, 2nd in home runs, 1st in RBIs in the American League. 0-2 delivery by Wright will be way up high.
Yeah, we've seen more velocity. 2 1/3 innings in his last game, and again, it was a game where it was 11-3 at war, right? Really 11-1 at one time. So you're right about that. Came in to pitch an inning in a 5-1 game, 4-1, close game, 2-0 against the Nats.
Runner off first, and the 1-2, and that's going to be away.
But we're seeing more velocity, and if you go back, he's only been scored on, and that was 1 run up in Toronto, first game up there, in his last 9 starts. So pitching better than he did early, but again, the numbers early were, I mean, they were just, average was high, ERA was immense. It's come down though.
2-2, runner not going, slider away. Martinez has gone 1 for 3 the only times he has faced Wright. And J.D. Martinez, looking to keep an inning going, started with 1 away on the walk to Betts, who has come around to score. Then the walk to Benintendi, who remains over there at first base. Watching Ramirez, 2 runs charged to him and responsible for Benintendi. Runner will go, 3-2, and fouled away.
Yeah, Mike, when you go all the way back into April, and again, horrible weather, but he gave up 5 runs, 2 runs, 5 runs, 3 runs, and then 5 runs in a period of about 7 games. So everything went up. Since then, he settled down. Velocity worked on his windup. So out of options.
Yep.
So it's really allowed him a chance to make some adjustments. And he's worked hard doing that.
3-2 delivery, fought off again. So a long at bat here for J.D. Martinez.
Well, we've seen, that's 93-mile-per-hour cutter. That same pitch was about 89 about a month and a half ago. So the mechanics a little bit better.
Martinez has been on base against the Orioles 20 consecutive ball games. He has not added to that yet in this one. 3-2 count. Third time. Martinez had a weight on it, fouls it back.
Yeah, a little hanger, and he's just waiting it to filter down into the zone, and it didn't quite do that, so he just kind of fouls it off.
He gets all these game-winning hits. He's tied with game-winning RBIs, game-tying RBIs, tied for first, and he leads the majors with 8 game-winning home runs. 3 ball, 2 strike count on him. Exercise time at first for Benintendi. He'll be going again. 3-2 delivery, and he walked him. So the inning will stay alive. Devers will get a chance at it. With runners on at first and second base. Third walk the Red Sox have picked up in the ball game. Boston came into this runner in scoring position in the series 3 for 13. They too have struggled in this department over the last couple of weeks. They're still number 1 as a team in the league, hitting .277.
Yeah, before last night they were 2 for their last 41. And 3 for 9 is like a party.
And the pitch taken for a strike. They're 0 for 2 today. 1 strike, 2 down. Run at it in the inning on the sac fly that Bogarts got to bring Betts in. Now first and second again with 2 away. Pop out strikeout for the third baseman. And Wright's delivery up and away, 1-1.
Yeah, he's fighting it, and you can just see the body language. He's done at least till today a better job of controlling that. I mean, crucial batter right here. You know, you got to stay. You have to stay within distance. As you mentioned, Kimbrel, 53 pitches, your closer. Yeah, they still have a good back end of their bullpen, but you want to stay close enough to beat them in the late innings.
1-1 delivery on the way, and that's going to be in.
And against Devers, we know. I mean, there's a. David Hess was talking about it. He said, I couldn't get there, but he said up and in is where you want to. But you got to be able to command your stuff. And that's what the good relievers can do. Or you got to be able to turn a changeup over. Ramirez, we just saw, he had a really good one today.
2 ball, 1 strike count. First and second occupied. Swing. That's the one he can't hit. That fastball, he's very late on those fastball swings.
Yeah, again, I mean, this is a fastball count, but 95. So the velocity has really spiked over the last month for Mike Wright Jr. So you try to read the bat. I mean, he didn't get to that one. Throw him another one. Just don't leave it in the middle of the plate.
2-2 delivery on the way, and that's going to be in the hole. It'll be a base hit the other way. Benintendi will come around to score. RBI. Devers gets it on a 2-2 count. And the Red Sox have a 3-0 lead.
Well, Gary, what did you talk about? Sometimes you just swing easy to hit it hard. And now this is a routine ground ball, but they have the shift on. So it's dead straight shortstop, but he doesn't overswing. He overswung on the 2-1 pitch right here. Same pitch. Look, he let it follow, hit the back of the ball, and man, he's not playing. I mean, he's up the middle. So again, you know, I mean, I've never been an advocate of shifts. I know it's you know, a lot of outs and whatever, but if a guy's late on my fastball, I don't want my shortstop up the middle. I want him just playing straight away. But hey, he cut his swing down, got a base hit.
3 runs, 5 hits for Boston. Still first and second. Nunez a base hit. He is 1 for 2. So these 3 runs all charged to Ramirez in his major league start. 3 runs in 4 and a third innings. He had a couple of walks, 6 strikeouts in the ball game for him. Nunez, 1-0 delivery to him. Nunez base hit up the middle. That was hit hard. JD Martinez is going to be waved home. They got a real play at the plate coming up here, but the throw's off the mark, and he's safe. Good throw would have had him, but it took Wins down the first baseline. RBI for Nunez, and it's 4-0.
Yeah, you're Carlos Velas, their third base coach, and you know Nunez, he's wearing out the middle of the field. You can just see he pulls it just a little bit. So Wins has got to have to go get it by the time he gets back. JD Martinez. I mean, look how far off the plate. You're right about it. It would have been an easy tag play if the throw's what, another 2-3 feet more towards the plate. And you could see him go right to the outside corner.
Orioles are taking a look at the video and they're going to challenge it.
Well,
Orioles
did his foot get
video.
down? Okay, is the foot on the plate or not? I mean, why not? Already won the first challenge. So he certainly beats the tag, but does the foot ever hit the plate? I guess that's the question. And Brian Knight right there, and doesn't mean he couldn't have missed it. The camera will tell us the truth.
So we'll see. Obviously a big play right here. I think he's safe.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if there's enough to overturn it, and that's the criteria that they use. You're right about, I mean, not that it was a horrible throw, but it's just up the line enough. Now, is the foot in? So I think it's difficult if you're in New York from that angle to really know if the foot was down. Yeah, it's.
No, we have a rule for that.
Yep.
If you can't really tell, the call stands.
Yes, exactly.
Let's see what it was. He's safe.
Yeah.
So Nunez will pick up the RBI, and that's a very big play, obviously. 16 RBIs for Nunez. Not only does a run score, but the runners advance on the throw. So they have runners at second and third. 3 runs in here in the inning. So the call stands. Not enough to overturn it. And Holt coming up, a base hit, and he's been hit by a pitch. So Wright is charged with the run scored by Martinez. Still 2 down, and inside corner strike taken.
Yeah, then you get Holt to get to the plate, and he's hitting 360 with runners in scoring position. Came in at 299, so gets plunked the first time by a pitch, and then gets a base hit.
He is 2 for 4. Lifetime off Wright Jr. 0-1 delivery on the way. And again, heat at 91. 0-2.
Yeah, I think it seemed like heat, but it was a kind of a cutter that kind of spun.
Holt is the 8th Red Sox to hit here in the 5th inning. Base hit here will score 2 more. So it's a big at bat. 0-2 delivery. That'll be up high. So Wright struggling around the strike zone. Good velocity on his pitches. Holt, his base hit came in his last at bat in the 4th inning. And a 1-2 count on him here. The outfield has moved in a little bit against Holt, who looks to spray that ball around. Runners off second and third. And the outside corner strike got him. Good pitch by Wright. So a big strikeout. 3-run score. 2 are left on. Red Sox extend their lead 4-zip. Celebrating the birthday of the U.S. Army, being brought to you by DynCorp, here today to serve you tomorrow, and by Navy Federal Credit, proudly serving the armed forces, veterans and their families for over 80 years, federally insured by NCUA. 243 years ago, the U.S. Army established Masson, and our proud sponsors salute all of America's Army for their willingness to sacrifice and protect the nation. Gary Thorne, Jim Palmer with you as this series being wrapped up, and the Orioles in danger of being swept again for a second time this year by the Red Sox. Orioles have not fared well in series. And the Red Sox have now won 11 of the last 12 games going back to last year that these teams have played. Chris Sale will get the pitch in. He has walked 2, struck out 7. Austin wins. Peterson and then Joey Rickard. Wins a strikeout victim his first time up. Will catch the inside corner. Catcher, 27 years old, out of Poway, California. Spent the entire year AA Bowie last year. Hit .281. 10 homers, 46 RBIs, and 52 walks. He was second on the Bowie team in walks last year. Up high, 1 and 2 from Sale.
Yeah, probably is the best. Everybody talking about it in spring training. Finally, maybe turned it up a little bit offensively. Always a good catch and throw guy.
So Ramirez and Wright, the 2 Oriole pitchers, and got him away.
But it's a whole new experience. So when Sale's that good, it's as simply as said as that. He can get you out so many different ways. You know, this is one of the guys you can tell your if you're Alex Cora, you go, guys, back into the bullpen. Just, of course, Kimbrel's not ready today. Just Kimbrel, you get ready, because he can go through the lineup 3, 4 times because of his ability to pitch, not to throw. You just don't find too many guys like him.
And Peterson will take a strike.
Unfortunately, the teams you try to beat to get to the World Series have the Verlanders and the Klubers. But he was not at his best last year. He kind of got burned out. He threw so hard and so well early on. So
0-2 count. He has pitched 1 9-inning ball game. That outing came against Toronto. 3 runs, 6 hits over 9. That's going to be diving and caught. Give me a call. The third base umpire says, yep, he got it.
Well, he doesn't know.
Good catch by Benintendi.
I mean, he goes running out there. I mean, Mark Carlson runs out there. I'm not saying he didn't catch it, because I think he did. So, but he's running, as you said, he's running and trying to keep track. Probably an easier call for Nick Lentz at second base, but definitely a ball that never hits the turf.
Good play by Benintendi.
Yeah, nice approach by Peterson. And Chris says, well, I don't give up a whole lot of hits, only 1 all afternoon, and that erased another one.
So 2 down. Joey Rickard coming up. Leadoff batter has struck out and grounded out. 2 down, nobody on. And Sale will catch the inside corner. And now with a lead of 4-0, he's finding no reason to throw anything but strikes. And Rickard's going to step out to try and slow him down. That'll miss a little bit away. Rays beat the Blue Jays today, 1-0. Another game for the bullpen. This was a bullpen game, and they came away shutting them out at the Trop today. How about that?
Who started?
1-1 delivery, a towering pop-up. Shortstop Bogarts is backing up on it. Center fielder calls him off, and Bradley will make the catch. Question of who started for them. Stand by. Not a lot of votes. Camden Chat had this. The Oriole poll is, how would you like to see the Orioles handle their future? 93% voted for the long-term rebuild, likely a few years of losing, but with a plan in place. Only 7% on the attempt to win in 19, fill the holes with free agency and bank on a return to the mean for current players. How would you fans out there cast your vote? How the Orioles go is yet to be determined.
Yeah, well, that's really the bottom line. You know, we want to move forward. How are we going to do it?
Leone has struck out twice, foul back.
And they're not the only club. You get a certain window. You know, reading an article probably about a month ago about, you know, you get a certain window, and you know the Orioles have had that. You know, they played, you know, with the exception of last year where they went 7-21 to finish. They've had a lot of really good years since Buck got here in 2010.
0-2 just fouled it.
Starting in 2012, and very competitive ball club. So you move on, but how are you going to do that? Are you going to internationally scout, something they haven't done a lot of? You know, who are you going to get for Manny Machado, one of the best players in the game? Hate to see him leave. I mean, anybody would say that, but same with Britain.
You and you got to answer the top stuff first.
Yeah, exactly.
Who's in charge? Who's going to manage? Is there going to be a new GM? Both manager and GM are on there last year. What are you going to do with that?
And probably the most important of that, what are you all going to be on the same page?
We better be. 1 ball, 2 strike delivery on the way, and the pitch will be taken inside, and a 2 ball, 2 strike count. Leone leading it off, Bradley and then Betts. A 3-run, 2-hit 5th inning, 2 walks in that 5th inning from Ramirez, the starter, and they both scored. Ground ball to second, Jonathan Scope. Trey Mancini gets over there and puts it away. 6th inning, 1 down. PNC Minor League Insights brought to you by PNC. No better time to act than today. PNC, make today the day.
Yeah, Caleb goes down to AAA Norfolk, and you know, we text, we talk. I told him I want to get back here, and he knows this. Hey, play well, and it's great to see that he's doing it. He's throwing guys out. He's going to make any of the young pitchers down at AAA better because of the experience factor. And
he's playing today.
Yeah, you can go down. Right, you know, hit a home run opposite field yesterday. I guess they had a doubleheader. They're playing well as a team. He'll be a big part of that. And then meanwhile, Austin Wynns will get a chance here. I mean, it's a tough league up here. We know that Caleb can play at a certain level. Did not do that on the road. Hit well here at Camden Yards, but again, the Orioles don't hit. If you sent all the guys to AAA that didn't hit on the road for the Orioles, you wouldn't have a roster. No. Yeah, because it's been one of those years. He was the poster boy for their struggles.
1 ball, 1 strike count. Jackie Bradley Jr. He has flied out, struck out 0 for his last 15, and now an 0 for 10 in the 3-game set against the Orioles.
And all of a sudden, Mike Wright saying, "Hey, I noticed how Ramirez had success with the changeup, some good ones here." And all you could do after you gave up, first time you'd given up inherited runners was last inning. You'd come in 9 for 9, keeping guys score. All you can do is pitch 2-3 innings, don't give them any more runs, and take your chances.
1-2 delivery on the way, and that'll be foul back. Getting late on the 96 from Wright Jr. Miami playing at home tonight against San Francisco. The next opponent for the Orioles, the Marlins. Day off tomorrow. They start Friday. And we'll jackknife him back a little bit, 2-2.
And now throw him a changeup down and away, and then you can get the next hitter out. I mean, it's all about, can you pitch to both sides of the plates? Can you change speed? Slider, cutter wasn't very good last inning. Should be a changeup, and it is.
2-2 foul back.
Nice at bat by Bradley. The one thing about Jackie Bradley Jr., you kind of look at body language. He's hit some balls hard. He's in an 0 for 15, 16 now. He runs every ball hard. It's going to help him get to the postseason because of the defensive player. And sooner or later, I would imagine he's going to start getting a little bit better than he's been offensively.
2-2 is going to be fouled off. Draws very few walks. He has struck out 60 times, including the one today, and he's drawn only 18 walks.
Well, I think
and
one of
he
the
swings at a lot of first pitches.
Well, he does. And one of the hardest things to do when you're hitting 185 coming into this game is to take a walk, even though it ends up getting you better pitches to hit, because you get on for your, for one of the best players in the league who's hitting right behind you. You should get a lot of quality strikes to hit if there are such things at the major league level because of Betts waiting on deck.
Wins asked for the timeout behind the plate. 2-ball, 2-strike delivery by Wright, and that will be up high. So he'll work to count 3-2 with one down on Bradley, Betts, and then Benintendi in the Red Sox lineup. Orioles, guess they can mount a comeback, and they got plenty of time to do that in this game. Facing yet another sweep. Ball is going to be popped up, a silo shot on the third base side. Everybody's surrounding it, and a long run for Wins, who puts it away in foul territory.
Well, Danny Valencia goes, well, I don't know if I got to come too far. I'm a shortstop. That's where I was playing. Very rarely you see, we've seen it too all year as we look at, let's go to the snow globe.
Well, the Orioles host the Mariners starting on Monday, June 25 through the 28th. And on Monday, the first 25,000 15 and over get the Bucks Snow Walter Snow Globe as we celebrate halfway to Christmas here at Oriole Park. You can go to Orioles.com for tickets.
Now, did you read that or you just make it up? You just know it's halfway to Christmas?
Just made it up. If it's not right on the sheet, don't blame me. I didn't write it. Pitch is taken away for a ball. Betts with the home run in the third inning, his 18th, drew a walk, scored in the 5th. So he is 1 for 2. He's got a 5-game hit streak going. He's got 3 home runs against the Orioles this year. Punches that one in the air to right center. Gentry, the center fielder, has it lined up, and he will put it away for the out. So Wright gets a 1-2-3 inning. Red Sox lead at 4-0. Our Ram due up. Mancini, Machado, and Valencia. It's never a whole lot of fun. If the current records hold, a fifth of the teams in baseball are going to finish with a winning percentage under 400. That would be the most since '69, when there were 4 expansion teams. There were only 3 seasons worse before that, but all of them came with the 16-team leagues. You've got the Orioles, Chicago, Kansas City, Texas, Miami, and Cincinnati, all playing below 400. And a couple just playing above it.
Well, I go back years ago when the Orioles were in that stretch of losing 14 consecutive years. Nick Cafardo, who is here now, writes for the Globe, terrific sports writer, great Sunday article, said it's always the Red Sox and the Yankees against the haves and the have-nots. Yep. And who's going to play in those 19 games? You play against the Rays and back then Toronto and the Orioles. Who's going to have the best record? And it probably will be that way this year too.
Yep. Well, you look at that. I mean, the Red Sox record here. There's a running throw made. Nice pick, but off the glove. Holt had it and lost it.
Yeah, I think he's coming off the bag anyway, trying to scoop it. He's trying to look at his back foot. So Trey Mancini needs a base hit. This is a tough play. on the run, short hop. And again, trying to keep that left foot on the bag as long as he can. I don't know how they score it, but
base hit.
Base hit. Yep. Definitely, if he comes up with it, he's out.
Yep.
But we've seen Devers not only hit in this series, but really quick release. And again, maybe Holt doesn't play a lot of first, but he's a utility guy. Moreland might have snagged it because even though he would have had to backhand it being a left-handed first base.
So the Orioles get the leadoff man on here in the 6th inning against Sale. That's only their 2nd hit against Sale in the ball game. See what they can do with it now as the pitch and taken away by Manny Machado. Our league lead is brought to you by Coons. When you're talking cars, you're talking Coons. Machado is grounded out and he is flied out. 1-0 count. Mancini on. The Orioles needing base runners any way you can get him against Sale. He'll wind that one in on the outside corner. 1-1 on Manny. Manny 0 for 2 in the ball game against the Red Sox this year, hitting .300, a homer and 7 RBIs. Sale, wow, that sweeping pitch again.
Well, it's just so hard because they're all different speeds. I mean, he throws fastball, what we've seen in 97 and 99, and then slider can be anywhere from 70 to 75, 6. Changeups around 83 to 85. So, and then he can locate them both sides of the plate, in and out, up and down.
1 ball, 2 strike count from Sale, short lead. We were talking about the numbers in the East. I mean, the Red Sox have won more games against their division than any other team in baseball in any division. 27-10 for Alex Cora's team against the East. The Yankees are 15-9. They're second best.
Yeah, they haven't played as many, obviously.
No.
Atlanta's got 26. Atlanta actually leading the National League East for the moment. Nats right behind him.
1 ball, 2 strike count. Wow. Big cut on a ball down and in towards the back foot, sends him down into the dirt.
Yeah, I think Manny said, I better hit this before it hits my back foot. I mean, watch this go down. I mean, I don't know if it fouls off his foot. I mean, this is one of those backdoor sliders. Throw it at the back door, and he tips it down, and then it gets that right below the knee.
1-2. We've seen him throw that to the right-handers so often. Does end up on the back foot. Trey Mancini on at first base, nobody out. Sales 1-2, delivery on the way, and went back outside, got away. Mancini started, stops, can't take a chance. They're down 4-0 here. Cannot make outs on the bases.
Yeah, I don't think you don't see this right now. He has no idea how far back that is. You're down 4-0, as you mentioned. You are not gonna, with nobody out, possible somewhat of a rally against a very tough lefty.
Two balls and 2 strikes. 7th pitch of this at bat for Manny. Came in with heat and missed.
99. Wow. So much for backing off in June.
Three-2. Mancini being held, not going. Manny will foul that one off the other way. So a real battle here against Sale. Manny with the 0 for 2 in the ball game, 6 for 18. Lifetime off the left-hander. Sale's pitch count continues to climb a little bit. The Orioles have had 3 or 4 long at bats, 6, 7, 8 pitches. Three-2 delivery again. The off-speed pitch, top only play is going to be at first. Devers throwing time. Mancini will move down to second base and 1 away. Out in front of it on that one, and Manny just chopped it down. No chance for the play at second base though. So the Orioles get a runner in scoring position with 1 down. Danny Valencia's got the other hit for the Orioles, a single in the 4th inning. He has gone 1 for 2.
Well, Sale with 14 starts, and 8 of those either 0 or 1 run. To give you an idea of how dominating he can be. So he'll certainly would like to get one of those runs on the board here with a 1-out base hit.
There it is again, the breaking ball in there for a strike. Danny's become the regular in the 4 spot because of the hot bat. Simple as that. 6-game hit streak for him. Put him in an RBI situation. And that's what he's in right now. Sale with the 0-1 to him. Outside corner strike. Danny leaning out going.
Yeah, that's the one that went around the corner. Sale wanted it earlier. Didn't get the call. Yeah. He's saying, are you sure they got the corner? He goes, yeah. Your strike zone, Mr. Knight.
Yeah. Valencia hitting .280. Runners in scoring position for the Orioles. Good number. Like to get one here. Red Sox are not holding Mancini tight to second. Bogarts, Nunez staying off. 0-2 delivery and another off speed pitch foul back to hold it at 0-2. Just trying to keep him lined up.
Now that does get the pitch count to 92, and as we mentioned, Kimbrel back-to-back games. You know, it's funny, you talk to a lot of the people that see Kimbrel. He said he's not good in non-save situations. 6-2 last night. He wasn't good, but it did throw 33 pitches.
He's out.
And they don't get the off day like the Orioles do tomorrow. They're going to Seattle, as you mentioned.
He won't be in this game unless we're in the 18th inning. 0-2 delivery on the way, and Sale a little slip on that delivery and way up with it, and a 1-ball 2-strike count. Red Sox have swept the Orioles before. In fact, they lead, as you might expect. They lead the league in sweeps. They've had 5 series sweeps. Miami, Tampa Bay, the Angels, Toronto, and the Orioles. 1-ball 2-strike count. Mancini still out there at second base. And a swing and a miss at 98.
Yeah, good fastball hitter, but because it's 2 strikes and you got to watch everything, he just buzzes 98 right by him. And again, target's in, and again at 98 you don't even have to hit the target. So again, most strikeouts per 9 against the Orioles. I mean, that's pretty select company. Pineda, of course, is coming off Tommy John. Eduardo pitched last night. Nolan's Nolan. And then he's got 9 strikeouts today. And Scherzer, I wonder if we'll see him when the Orioles go over to Washington. Already got 10 wins this year.
So 2 down. Leadoff single Mancini now at second. Scope has struck out twice. 1-0 count. Orioles have 2 singles in the ball game off Sale. Sale on the year with a 9 here. 129 strikeouts in 95 innings. 1-0 delivery to him. Ground ball will go to short. Bogarts up. Good stretch or not? Yep. Said he had the bag.
Wow.
First base umpire Pat Hoiberg said he had the bag on it. Runner goes to third. Now we'll see whether the.
Yeah, but didn't the Orioles lose their challenge?
They lost the last one, so I don't think they can challenge. Yeah. Why are we out there? And you look at Leon is waving everybody off the field, saying, "Come on, let's go. It's 3 outs," and the Orioles can't challenge. So the out recorded, and the Red Sox maintain a 4-0 lead.
Thank you to all the military personnel out there. You are
No end to the fun you'll have in Ocean City. Plan your trip today at OCOcean.com. And by Johns Hopkins Orthopedics, when you have a setback, we set you up for a comeback. 4-0 lead as we go to the 7th inning. Right on in relief of Jeffrey Rodriguez, who made his Ramirez, who made his first start for the Orioles. 3 runs, 4 hits, 4 1/3. Walked 2 and struck out 6. Wright coming on in relief, 5th inning. He's been charged with a run. Fouled off the mask of wins that time. The mask of wins.
Brought to you by.
Yeah. It's a follow-up to Moby Dick. 1 ball, 1 strike count. Out. Long time ago, you said, for the Rays. Who started that game?
Only the 4th inning, but it seems like it's not as long as last night's game.
No.
Yeah,
Font started. The bullpen. Font went 3 1/3, no runs, 2 hits. Andrize went 3 2/3, no runs, 2 hits. Castillo went 2 innings, no runs, 1 hit, and got the win. Bullpen game, Rays won it.
Yeah, Font's a guy they got out, I think, out of the Oakland organization, who got him out of the Giants organization, and throws about 100. And threw a lot of home runs early, but obviously not today in a 1-0 ball game.
Tampa Bay didn't get a run till the bottom of the 9th inning, playing at home. 3 ball, 1 strike count. And Benintendi will take it inside. Single, strikeout, and a walk for him. He has scored a run. He's on again. Leadoff walk here in the 7th inning. Well, the Orioles are going to take on the Mariners for some afternoon baseball Thursday, June 28, 3:05. Special ticket package is available for purchase for fans 60 and over. Includes a lower level or club level ticket in the shade. An Orioles travel umbrella. Ticket package is limited. Umbrellas only with a package. Go to Orioles.com/seniors. Well, the leadoff man on. Walks have not gone well for the Orioles in this game. They've resulted in runs. 2 walks in the 5th inning. Surrendered by Ramirez, would both come across to score. That ball is going to be fouled back into the seats. Bogart's RBI sac fly. He has reached on an error, and he has struck out.
Yeah, the Orioles walked 10 last night. That's contributed, along with the Red Sox 6 runs, to a 4-hour ball game, or somewhere in that neighborhood.
Oh, 1 count. Yep, Buck Showalter was saying before the game today, in no uncertain terms, that game last night was not a good baseball game. And he was talking about both teams, not just the Orioles losing. It was all the strikeouts and all the walks, all the deep counts, and just another one of those games where it took, what, 3 hours and 58 minutes?
Yeah,
and there was probably about 5 minutes of action.
Yep. Yeah, Joe Castiglione has done a radio for the Orioles saying that Eduardo Rodriguez was like 31 seconds between pitches.
Oh.
We had him early in the game at about 26 something. Maybe it seemed like 31 seconds, but it took a long time.
1-1 delivery. Runner goes and foul back.
Yeah, they have so many weapons. They get on base, and of course, you know, the last thing Mike Wright Jr. wanted to do was walk off Benintendi when you got 2, 3, 4 coming up at least. And so Blyer, the golden arm, the rubber arm, it's getting loose. Came in, pitched well on Monday night.
Day off tomorrow helps the bullpen a little bit. 1 ball, 2 strike count on Bogarts.
I mean, the Orioles certainly not scoring a lot of runs, so you got to figure out a way to get out of this inning and hope the Red Sox don't score any, and then hope that Kimball's not available and pitch count gets up to Sale and he leaves, and maybe you have a chance against the back end of the bullpen. Of course, they do have the 2nd best bullpen in the American League, and that's just not all Kimball.
Now remains at 1-2. Wright has also had to work into some pretty deep counts. 2 walks surrendered by Wright Jr. since he came on, and Bogarts waiting as Wright gets back on the slab. Benintendi at first. Average lead over there. Longer hold. Runner not going down to third base. Danny Valencia scoops. There's one. Scope can't get it out of the glove, but got him at first base.
Yeah, that's the arm strength. You're right. We saw Manny early on a ball that scored an error. Couldn't get a handle on it right here. This routine. You know, the difference, of course, you know, Valencia, not a bad third baseman, but he's not Manny. So you got to come get this ball. And again, it wouldn't have mattered, but you can see the arm strength of John. Just maybe a slight hesitation, making sure he tags the bag, and then Bogaerts, because its ball is pulled, you don't get out of the box quite as quickly. Easier to double them up, and they do.
So the Orioles put the shift on in the infield now against J.D. Martinez. He walked and scored in the 5th inning. He'll go the other way, foul.
Yeah, the interesting his only hit, as you mentioned, in this series was a ground ball right to where they're not playing last night.
Amazing he'd have only 1 hit in this 3-game series. Well, that's what he's got coming to this at bat. Still on the year, hitting .333, 4 home runs and 8 RBIs against the Orioles. And he'll foul that one off the other way. Betts home run and RBI. Bogaerts sac fly RBI. Devers had an RBI single. So did Nunez, accounting for the 4. Orioles have not been able to get a run on the board. They've picked up only 2 hits in the ball game, and they have left 5. Red Sox 6 left on base. 0-2 with 2 down. We're in the 7th inning. 0-2 delivery on the way. In the air to right field, hit it pretty good. Warning track, wall, and goodbye home run. So J.D. Martinez gets his 2nd hit of the series and his 5th home run against the Orioles this year.
Yeah, 11th to the opposite field, as we've discussed. And there, I mean, that's a $110 million swing. 5 years contract, took him a long time to get him. You know, he really doesn't hit it that hard, but again, it's the approach. It's at 362 feet. And right here, it's just elevated. He waits. And again, I mean, last year, what, 120 games, 46 home runs is what he did early on for the Tigers and then the Diamondbacks.
That is our Ford drive of the game. Hurry to your local Ford dealers for great savings on cars, trucks, and SUVs. And that will be it. Mike Wright Jr. will come out of there as they increase the lead to 5-0.
Oil changes at Jiffy Lube will help your vehicle's engine run cleaner. A longer Jiffy Lube. Drive in today. Real good numbers, you know.
Devers goes after the first one.
Yeah, again, he doesn't dominate lefties or righties, but he gets people out. Not a strikeout guy. Doesn't walk people. Keeps the ball in the ballpark. Got what, the 6 most relief innings by a left-hander. Most of those guys situational. He can pitch multiple innings.
A 1 delivery, and he waves at that one. Blair got him to go after a pitch outside the strike zone, both at level and away. Right out of there, 2 runs, 3 hits, 2 1/3, 2 walks and a strikeout. Blair with the 0-2, and he'll take it down. 5 runs on 7 hits for the Red Sox. No runs on 2 hits for the Orioles. Betts, Martinez both have hit home runs in the ball game. And a chopper, Scope. Get it over there in time for the out. So here in the 7th, a run and a hit, nobody left on base. 7th inning stretch time, 5-0 Boston. Chris Sale, after his 6th win to get out of a 3-game losing streak he is in, now has a 5-0 lead to work with as we go to the bottom half of the 7th inning. Sale's delivery will be inside. Trumbo has been hit by a pitch and drawn a walk in the game. Workman will be up in the bullpen for the Red Sox warming up.
Yeah, pitch count at 97. Sure, he'd tell you I'm not tired, but they want to protect him. And again, remember when he got his 300 strikeout here last year? You know, a lot of people second guessing John Flaherty or John Farrell, saying, hey, no, you didn't need to do it then. They still have more starts. So I'm sure, even though 5-0 is only 5-0, you got to trust the back end of your bullpen, and Alex Cora is going to take care of it. Because if you're a team destined and your goal is the postseason, you want to have your guys fresh.
3-0 delivery on the way, and that'll be in there for a strike.
You know, I mean, it started in spring training. You know, start a little bit later, less innings, less pitches, but get ready for the season. Dana Lavonge, his first year as pitching coach after being out in the bullpen, and
you get a leadoff walk. So Trumbo's been out with 2 walks and hit by a pitch. 3 walks for Sale. Well, the Orioles are proud to join Johns Hopkins, University of Maryland, other corporate leaders supporting Baltimore City's Youth Works program, seeking to provide 12,000 Baltimore City youth with summer employment. You can donate. Go to BaltimoreCityFoundations.org. Choose Mayor's Office of Employment Development Youth Works. To learn more, go to youthworks.oedworks.com. Nobody out. Leadoff man on for the Orioles. Here is Gentry. He'll take a breaking ball for his strike. He is flied out, hit into a fielder's choice. Red Sox with 2 home runs in the ball game now have 34 multiple homer games this year. That is the most in the majors. And the last one by J.D. Martinez moves him 1 behind Trout. Trout's got 23. J.D. Martinez 22. He also now increases his RBI lead. Martinez with 55 and Manny Machado second with 50. 2 strike count. Orioles trying to put some runs up on the board late in a ball game, as they've had to do so often in the air to right and foul.
Yeah, so certainly not tired. I mean, your 104th pitch is 99 miles per hour. Really shallow in right field for Betts, playing exactly Craig Gentry where you should play him. You know, because you're going to make him with a 5-run lead, hit the ball over your head. And again, Platinum Glove winner, Gold Glove winner. And again, really only the 4th inning and a little bit in the 6th did they make him work.
1-2 delivery by Sale. That'll be fouled right straight back. So the count will hold. A ball and 2 strikes. Cora clearly trying to get Sale through the 7th inning of the ball game, see if he can get through, and then probably would come out with that pitch count where it is.
Well, Alex Cora said exactly what Eduardo Rodriguez said before his start. I need to go farther in the game, and that's what Alex talked about today. Now, that's not a problem with Sale. I mean, he's not wild. He throws a lot of strikes. The Orioles have done a nice job, not scoring runs, but fouling off and making them work.
1-2 delivered to Gentry. We way up. 2 ball, 2 strike count from Sale. Another 7 pitch at bat. That's why that count is up there. The Orioles have had a half dozen 6, 7, 8 pitch at bats in the ball game. Now Sale wins the battle, so in the end, as Ralph Kiner used to say, the only good at bat is the one where you get a hit. You can take 4,000 swings, but if the last one is strike 3, you're out. Pitch will be away, and the count goes to 3-2. So Gentry trying to get on. Base runners, of course, what the Orioles need here. They had chances in the ball game last night. Late in the game, they left the bases loaded in the 7th. They left 2 on in the 8th inning. Another one left on in the 9th. So they got runners on late, but could not come up with the big hits.
Yeah, 2 for 13 with runners in scoring position.
Floater, and he walks him. And again, he thought he had a strike. Leans in on his knees. And that's going to be it. So Cora will come out. Sale surrendering 4 walks in the ball game. That's an extraordinarily high number for him. He has done that before once. He walked 4 against Oakland, and that's the high this year, and that's the high here in this ball game. Now Cora hasn't made a move yet. Now he does. See if Sale turns to the home plate umpire or not here. Nope.
Oh yeah, now.
Oh, he's out of the game. Just throw him out. You read his lips. You saw what he said. Nah.
Well,
pitcher is out of the game, thrown out. If you could read his lips, you know exactly what he said. I'll let you guess when he turned to the umpire and said, yeah, that's what he said. And those are the magic words, actually. They in tune a lot of feelings for umpires, and he's out of the game.
Well, Madison Bumgarner actually got thrown out in Miami after he got relieved. Didn't like the home plate umpire. Threw him out on the way to the dugout. It's, you know, really, I never got thrown out then, but you know, you look at him, you go, "What are you throwing me out? I'm already out. That's why I'm leaving. You were bad." You know, Kalia does a lot of writing. He kind of said, "You umpire like if you ever have ridden a horse, what you have to clean up in your in the stall." So
well, now he gets to donate a fine though, which
yeah,
is good.
Exactly.
It goes to charity.
He makes enough money.
It's a good thing, yeah.
So we saw Workman Monday night pitch very well. Got out of some trouble in one inning, and then ended up pitching an inning and 2/3 against the Orioles. Inning and a third. You know, walk, couple strikeouts, 23 pitches. So came up in early June, the start of the year at AAA Pawtucket. And he's done a nice job for him.
Chance Sisco is going to pinch hit. 1 for 10 as a pinch hitter with the right-handed pitcher. Runners on at first and second base. The Orioles trying to make a run at it here in the 7th inning, and Sisco with nobody out. It's the opportunity against Brandon Workman.
So just what if Sale had pitched poorly? I mean, he pitched a 2-hitter, struck out 9. Goes.
What would he have said?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I mean, splendid job. I mean, he actually pitched pretty well.
1-0 delivery on the way, and that's going to be foul.
I just think he thought that some of the breaking balls, he didn't get those calls. You know, and again, and you always, I mean, I understand where he's coming from, but
his teammates all said this. I didn't see them all, but the couple I did see said he's coming in with a attitude.
Yeah.
Those 3 losses in a row he was not happy about, and he really had a chip on his shoulder coming out to pitch. And hey, that's what fired him up here. 1-1 delivery on the way. Not that he needs it. What was that?
Yeah, well, that's the pitch that Sale didn't get.
Yeah.
It was a big curveball. Probably
off
high.
speed.
Yeah. We saw him throw that. That's how he got out of his first inning the other night, and that ball's definitely out of the zone, but you know, maybe not there. And normally, when you scream at the umpire, you don't get the close pitches, but Brandon Workman didn't do it.
1-2 delivery on the way, and a pitch is going to be taken outside. That's a big at bat. We haven't had a chance to say that in this ball game with the Orioles. They get 2 on base here. They left 2 on in the 4th inning, and they were 2 down by the time they got the second runner on. Here in the 7th inning, they get the first 2 on. The lead runner is Trumbo. Gentry on at first, and there's nobody out. The infield's got a shift on, but a double play depth, and a ground ball down to first base, not hit hard. Big hop. Got to go to first, and a good job by Workman to make sure he got over there to get the out. Yeah,
I think that big hop is what Brock Holt did. That's why he doesn't go to second base. You know, and also you got Gentry running, and Gentry has got great speed. So you got a 5-0 lead. You got to get an out here. So right here, and that one last hop. This hop right there goes up, and it's into the sun. The sun starts setting here, and so you know, not as bad as it's going to be in probably an hour. But you're looking right into the sun if you're playing right field or first base.
So the Orioles have 2 in scoring position, and Workman will be taking on Jace Peterson. Peterson robbed of a hit by Benintendi his last time up, in a fine catch in left field. He has drawn a walk. Workman's delivery will be in there for a strike.
Yeah, he threw about, I think, maybe topped out at 92 the other night. You know, Orioles had a chance to win off of Brandon Workman. Scope popped up a 2-0 pitch with runner at second in a tie ball game, 0-0 at the time, but he used the curveball, which we just saw very, very well on Monday night.
A 1 delivery on the way, in the air, left field. It'll get a run in. Benintendi is under it. Runner tags at third. Trumbo will score. Throw will come to third, and the Orioles are on the board. So the Orioles make it a 5-1 game. Peterson RBI. Gentry had to stay on at second. And the important thing for the Red Sox is to get another out.
Yeah, that's what they're hunting for. You have a 5-0, now 5-1 lead. You need another 7 outs with still the league intact, and that's what you're looking for. Orioles need, with 2 outs, a base hit here.
11 RBIs for Peterson. Workman's delivery taken for a strike. Run will be charged to Sale on the leadoff walk. Joey Rickard is 0 for 3. Runner on at second base. Workman giving up first run against the Orioles this year. Bouncer. Good stop made by Leone. 2 down, a runner on at second base. And And Joey Rickert trying to get him in. Advantage being, of course, he takes off on any contact here, and he does have that real good speed. Rickert facing Workman for the first time. 1-1 delivery.
Ooh.
Breaking ball will miss.
Yeah. Tough to lay off that pitch, but somehow Joey was able to read it and not swing at it. You know, Workman, who had the Tommy John we talked about the other night, 2015. So former, and I know he's got a good arm. Second round selection and really good numbers as a starter in the minor leagues.
2-1 delivery.
Yeah,
and he got a strike in the outside corner.
Well, you can pitch at this level as you get into those fastball counts, and Joey Rickert, better fastball hitter than breaking ball hitter, than drop. Not only get it over, but the quality of that curveball was like it was 0-2.
The outing that Workman had against the Orioles, inning in the third, that was the longest that he has had this season. 2-2 the count with 2 down. Gentry off second base. Rickert will take it. It bounces. So 3-2. Rickert trying to keep it alive for Trey Mancini on deck. Keeping it and going. Need to pass the baton here. 17,217 for the day game. 17-2-1-7. Full count. Workman lifetime against the Orioles has gone 1-1. This is game number 11. He's had 2 starts in his career against the Orioles. Brandon Workman now out of the pen, and a good pen it has been for the Red Sox. Their relief pitching ranks 3rd in ERA in the league. Full count delivery for the second time. Three and 2 again. Gentry, big lead in the air, left field, Benintendi, and he's got it for the out. So the Orioles will pick up a run. They do it without a hit, and they'll leave one on. 5-1. The Marlins coming in for the weekend series, and on Friday the first 20,000 fans 21 and over will receive the reversible floppy hat
there it
from
is.
Miller Lite.
I know you're going to eat your heart out because you're going up to Maine. You're going to Maine, and you'll be blueberry picking and whatever you do up there. Don't you have those? Don't you have those? You'll need this.
Yes, we have blueberries in Maine.
Okay, so there you go.
That's a perfect hat.
That's a perfect hat for you, and reversible too.
We'll show him that. Ground ball will go to second base. Out retired as Nunez goes to scope. Now see, if you turn it inside out, depending on which way you started with it, you end up with a beautiful white beach cap.
So Blyer takes one off the ankle, and that's not good.
And that's going to be it for Blyer.
Yeah. You know, again, you know, he's about 6'5", so a long way to get down, and I just don't. It's hard to see exactly where it hits him. Yeah, or maybe he just hurt himself.
That was a straight ground ball to second base. The ball wasn't even close.
No, that's not good.
So that happened on the follow through on the pitch. And Roger McDowell will be on the bullpen phone. So that will be it for Blyer.
Yeah, Brock already loosening up, so he's going to be. He'll come into the game, get as many pitches as he wants to, and
where the Orioles do not need to use one of the most frequently go-to guys in the bullpen.
Well, Donnie Hart came up for yesterday. Actually pitched briefly, and
Donnie Hart has been sent back, of course, to make room today for Ramirez.
Yeah, normally if you send somebody out, you know, it's a doubleheader, you get that extra guy, but they have to stay 10 days. But if there's an injury, and hopefully it's, you know, maybe it's just a spasm or a nerve or whatever, but you know, it's certainly going to, the way Blyer's pitched, be very protective. He's been that good for him.
So Brad Brock will come out of the bullpen.
And then he does get to use as many warm-ups as he needs, even though I don't think it's going to take too long.
So for the Orioles today, you got Ramirez making his debut, 4 1/3, 3 runs, 4 hits. Jeff Ramirez. Then Wright worked 2 1/3, 2 runs, 3 hits. Blyer will be on just for a third of an inning to record an out, and Brad Brock will be coming on. And these are the numbers for Brad Brock.
Yeah, you know, again, I mean, it only blew 2 blown saves, 1 opening day, ball lost in the sun, and then the one up in Toronto. He's been very good. You know, velocity's come back a little bit. You know, again, one of the 4 free agents for the Orioles, at least potential free agents. Done a nice job. He could close, and so again, I mean, he comes in and there's your warm up, and
something hurt right there. It was the last warm-up pitch he took.
Yeah, it doesn't appear, and yeah, right there. Yeah, see, I mean, you know, and again, you know, I call him the golden arm because he's got a rubber arm. But the thing is, you could see that, you know, again, it looks like it's more shoulder than elbow. But again, it's so simple when you know, to irritate a nerve or get some kind of muscular problem, especially when you're throwing and so forth. So hopefully it's something insignificant that can be cured, and you know, now you got that DL of 10 days, and of course, you know, the Orioles, like all major league teams, have great trainers. So you go in, ice it, they'll look at it, and you go from there.
Well, the Orioles do have the day off tomorrow, and then they'll have the weekend set here at Camden Yards with the Marlins starting on Friday. It will be Jose Urquidy taking the mound against Kevin Gausman. Our coverage on MASN 2 begins at 6:30. O's Extra presented by Southwest. Our game coverage at 7. All the access you need right here on MASN. So Brad Brock will take as many warm-ups as he needs. And the Orioles will go to Brock earlier than they wanted to. Blyer was going to be on for at least a couple of hitters, with Leone a switch hitter, due up third in the inning. Holt due up next.
Well, again, Buck Showalter asked him to do what he's been doing all year long, which is pitch. You know, got out of the 6th inning, or actually the 7th inning, and he comes out, and because he's a command guy, he can give you multiple innings and get righties and lefties out. by Brock going through and to establish all his pitches before he's ready to pitch. I don't blame him. I mean, whether the score 5-1 or whatever, don't want to come in and pitch before you're loose.
Brock continues his warm-ups. Just a moment, take a look here. What has gone on this day in baseball. In our Major League Notebook, 1930, first time in baseball history, former batting champions were exchanged for one another as the Senators traded Goose Goslin to the Browns for Jaime Manouche. And in 2012, Ted Barrett became the first Major League umpire to be behind the plate for 2 perfect games. The Giants' Matt Cain against the Astros. That was at AT&T, and then David Cohn against Montreal. That was at Yankee Stadium, 1999. Ted getting to do both perfect games.
Yeah, I think I missed Ted. Perfect games, you got to have a big strike zone pitch. Got to be good, and they were. And you got to have an umpire that can help you out a little bit.
Well, there are so few of those. To have 2 of those, pretty amazing. All right, we started up again here with 1 down, nobody on. Nunez grounded out. Brock ready to go to work. Pitch taken up high by Holt. Holt hit by a pitch, a single, and he is struck out. 5-1 lead. Red Sox about hit the Orioles 7-2. The Orioles have 2 singles in the ball game. They scored a run without a hit in the 7th inning. 2 walks leading it off. Trumbo Gentry. Ground ball would move one up to third, and then the sac fly by Peterson would get the run in. So they never got a hit in the inning. They scored their run.
Yeah, I think Chris Sale was more annoyed the fact that they had a couple of walks. Maybe didn't think they were deserved, and did lead to that 1 run.
Scope diving under his glove, base hit.
Well, Brock Holt's got the magic wand. I mean, twice he's hit almost the same ground ball. You know, you shift a little bit up the middle anyway, and both times he's hit it to Jonathan Scope's left, and he's hit him hard enough to get it into left field. You see, hits it firmly enough, and I hope that Jonathan didn't land on his left shoulder.
Yeah, no, he's got his glove behind his back walking around.
Well, he might just be tired from that 4-hour game last night. Maybe didn't get as much sleep as you'd like.
There goes the runner right away and trying to move it around. Leone trying to put the ball into left field with the runner going. So that'll bring Holt back to first base. And an 0-1 count. Leone has gone 0 for 3, couple of strikeouts and a ground ball out.
Yep. Yeah, Justin Haley, we saw him get loose last night. They said they want him to pitch today, and so we'll see if he does come in. That's why they're trying to run. Take it, you know, Alex Cora 5-1 in the American League. Even though the Orioles haven't scored a lot of runs, not a done deal. You can get more runs. Not a huge lead by Brock, so you start him, try to open up a hole. Make Sandy Leone a better hitter because he's going to have to cut his swing down. A couple of strikeouts early on changeups from Jeffrey Ramirez in his first major league start.
.92 and a 2-ball 1-strike count. Cisco in behind the plate after he pinch hit for Wins. So Chance Cisco doing the catching. Leone's gone 0 for 4 off Brad Brock in his career. Tom Goodwin talking with the runner at first base. Runner not going. Ground ball towards second. Not hit hard. Scope 1. Manny 2. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, nobody left on base. We go to the bottom half of the 8th. 5-1 Boston.
Well, first major league start, first strikeout. Xander Bogaerts doesn't strike out a whole lot. Jeffrey Ramirez in the first inning, third hitter he faced. Nice little changeup. Bogaerts swings over it, and he would get 6 strikeouts, 5 of them on that pitch, the change.
And a 5-1 lead as the Red Sox have maintained it, getting on the board with a homer by Betts in the third inning. They got 3 more in the 5th. Added on the home run J.D. Martinez in the 7th.
So Justin Haley, Rule 5 player. I mean, it was kind of an interesting story. He was with 3 different teams in about one day, and so last year returned to the Red Sox, and a hard thrower. I hear he's got a power arm, big breaking ball, and they've been pitching down at AAA Pawtucket. So his chance to non-roster in spring training this year for the Red Sox.
So Haley will come on for Workman, who worked an inning. He had zeros across. Final line on Sale was a run on 2 hits, 2 singles. 6 innings worked, walked 4 and struck out 9. So Sale trying to go 6-2 lifetime against the Orioles. Orioles starter Jeff Ramirez in his major league debut is the pitcher of record for the Orioles.
Yeah, Haley with the this will be his first major league appearance for the Red Sox. 10 games for the Twins last year, and then as a Rule 5 guy.
Trey Mancini up will take the pitch away for a ball. Mancini a couple of strikeouts, and he has picked up a single. Haley came up from Pawtucket June 8, pitching at AAA this year. 1 hopper, Nunez. Well, this Father's Day, give Dad the gift of baseball with MLB.tv. Watch baseball live or on demand on his favorite supported devices. Save 50% now through Father's Day. Blackout other restrictions apply. Visit MLB.tv for details. Manny Machado coming up. He is 0 for 3 in the ball game. So Manny has had a quiet series against the Red Sox, as he had a single in the ball game last night, picking up the 1 hit. And we'll take the pitch here for a strike. Haley working against the Orioles for the first time this year, only the 2nd time in his career. 0-1 delivery. That'll be up.
Well, there's no power arm. I mean, 90-91. Very unusual windup, but again pitching pretty well down at their AAA affiliate. But
can't find the strike zone on that one. 2-1. Danny Valencia waiting on deck. Another quiet day for the Orioles offense. You don't expect a lot against Chris Sale, and they didn't get much. 2 singles. Manny will take that one. That's going to miss. So account will go to 3-1. Again, the Orioles looking for the walks to get on, to get base runners. Biggest chance in that 7th inning with those 2 walks surrendered by Sale before he came out of the game. 3-1 delivery, and here's another one. So Manny on with a free pass. And with 1 away, Danny Valencia, a base hit, 2 strikeouts in the ball game. Manny, for much of the year, had been among the leaders in the walk category. That is going to be his 31st walk of the season, and Manny is just outside the top 10.
Yeah, well,
Mike Trout's got 54 to lead the league.
Yeah, you get those meetings, those pitcher meetings, when you come into a series and you're going, don't let Machado beat you. So I'm not saying you want to walk him. You have a young pitcher who's got 10 appearances in the big league. Didn't want to walk Machado. Manny with a 4-1 or 5-1 lead, but he did. And
Valencia fouls it back. Well, so long as the offense is going the way it is, Manny's not going to see much to hit, whether he walks or otherwise.
And the average has shown that. You know, he's trying to. It's hard to be as good a player as you want when the rest of the guys, or the majority of the guys, are struggling because you are the guy. I mean, the spotlight's on you, the focus is on you. Great start, as we know. I mean, the overall numbers are good, but batting average has come down the last 3 weeks for what you talked about. You know, they're pitching very carefully to him.
Valencia will provide a souvenir and a 2-strike count. Red Sox just kind of quietly meandering through this game 3.
Well, this kid's hittable. Now, whether the Orioles hit him or not, I mean, compared to the other guys they bring out of their bullpen, you know, you got a little vacation here. Not to put him down, but he's been around for that reason. I mean, you change up. He's got to top out at 91. Joe Kelly came in. I mean, 2 critical times in this series. One in a 0-0 game, throwing 97 to 100. You know, we saw Hembree come in and strike out the side in that 0-0 game that they would win 2-0 in 12. So here's a chance.
One-two breaking ball will miss. So Valencia works to get the count back even at 2-2 after falling behind. Haley AAA had gone 3-6, 3.18 ERA. He had 52 strikeouts in 56 innings. A starter there, 11 starts for Haley. Red Sox needing help out of the bullpen with a couple of injuries. 2 ball, 2-strike delivery on the way, and a ground ball towards short. Only play. Ooh, yeah. Got him at second on the jump throw. Bogarts over to Nunez. So 2 down, a runner on at first base. This copyrighted telecast presented by authority of the Orioles may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Orioles. Machado taken out at second base. Now Valencia becomes the runner at first, 2 away. Jonathan Scope and 0 for 3. And he will take the pitch at the knees for a strike.
Yeah, kind of interesting with Justin Haley. He pitches for the Red Sox at AAA. Actually has a good year in 2016. The Angels draft him in the Rule 5. That's $100,000. They immediately trade him to San Diego, who immediately trades him to Minnesota, where he pitches in the 10 games. And then, because they don't want to keep him all year, he gets back to the Red Sox.
Foul ball.
And that all happened in a matter of at least the first 3 or 4 in about 1 day.
Michael Givens is in the bullpen for the Orioles. Scope coming back. Jonathan's had only 1 hit in the series. He's gone 1 for 13. 0-2 count, 2 down. Valencia at first base, not going to go anywhere. Infield can play back. 0-2. Pretty much not quite sure where that ball is going to go, as Haley's been all over the place on the delivery.
Well, you know, I was trying to read the scouting reports because I knew he was on their roster, and they said power arm. Well, he doesn't have a power arm, but it looks like he has a little bit of a feel for pitching. He's cut it. He's got 2 outs on that. Throws the changeup. But again, he's not going to throw the ball by anybody, which doesn't mean you can't pitch in the big leagues. But on this bullpen, for a team destined for the postseason, this will be he'll probably go back to Pawtucket to work on being a command guy, and they will, you know, give him an opportunity to do that. But I'm surprised if he stays in the big leagues very long.
2-2 delivery in the air to right. Betts is there. He'll put it away for the out. No runs, no hits, no errors. 1 left. We've completed 8. Red Sox up. Gibbons ready to pitch.
sharing a photo or video with hashtag Hats Off for Heroes. For each post, T-Mobile will donate $1 to support veterans.
So the Red Sox edging closer to a sweep in this series. The Orioles now got to hold it, give themselves a chance in the bottom half of the ninth inning, down by 4, and Givens has that task.
Yeah, Michael Givens came in the other night, and again they would get their 2 runs off of him in the 12th inning. So again, the ERA has gone up a little bit, but power pitcher. Of course, he did get out of a bases loaded situation by striking out Mitch Moreland to end the 11th inning. And again, he'll just try to, get back into getting into the rhythm. Off day tomorrow, and the Marlins coming in over the weekend.
Jackie Bradley Jr. will take the pitch away. 9-1-2 in the order. He is 0 for 3, 0 for 11 in the series, and 0 for 16 at the plate. Givens with a 1-0 pitch to him, jammed him, hit the bat, fouled away. Givens, workhorse for the Orioles, 4th game against the Red Sox this year. 3 runs, 2 earned, 2 hits in 3 1/3 innings against Boston for Michael. 1-1 delivery on the way to him, and that will be there for a strike. Givens came on and here in the first game, charged with a couple of runs, 2 hits, inning and a third. 1-2 delivery, went after it. Right straight back, 1-2. Again, the MRI on Andrew Kashner was done before the game. They'll announce the results after. Down to first, right on the line, Mancini.
Yeah, that shift, and of course everybody shifts along with the first baseman, and a lot of times on balls like that are doubles, but again, he has such good speed, but he's not hitting the ball the other way. Become a pull hitter.
Andrew Kashner, back problems on the DL. Obviously the team knows better right now, and we'll let the public know afterwards how serious or not the MRI results were. Jeffrey Ramirez be interesting to see after the game, called up to make the start here. Orioles have a day off, then look ahead. Have to get that rotation and the bullpen back in some kind of order again. You've got Britton and O'Day both back, both having pitched.
Yeah, and then maybe you lose Blyer. Of course, Hart can take his place, but Richard's been doing such a terrific job. We'll see what that injury was. Yeah. Well, there's the look right there. And there's Zach Britton. Michael thought he threw that ball in the corner.
2-1 delivery on the way, and that will be fouled off.
But think about the Red Sox. You lose arguably one of the top 2, 3, 4 players, and you still, he's through the first 11 of his 14 games he missed. You score over 5 runs a game, and then you struggle a little bit. He's back for that West Coast trip. So they go to Seattle for 4 off day, then Minnesota.
That's waiting on it, and a big swing, and he is out of there.
Yeah, 97. Go to another gear and up and away, right on the corner. We saw this is similar to the pitch that he hit for the home run, except it's 4 miles per hour faster. Ramirez, his first major league home run was Mookie's home run, his 18th to right center.
So Betts is gone. Benintendi 2 down, nobody on. Benintendi, a couple of walks, a base hit. He has struck out. He has scored a run. Got that on a walk in the 5th inning. Bogarts would end up with a sac fly. Devers with a base hit in a 3-run, 2-hit 5th inning, aided by 2 leadoff walks, or 2 walks with 1 down, and both of them would score in the 5th. 1-0 delivery to him. That one off the handle will go to center. That'll be a base hit. Benintendi's on another multi-hit game.
Oh yeah, well, 24 of them, and that's 25. I mean, the magic wand. He knows he's a little bit fortunate. Early in the year, that was probably a little pop fly to the center fielder. This time it's falling.
So he's 4 for 12 now off Gibbons. Bogarts, an RBI and a sac fly. Double play ground ball reached on an error. India struck out. 2 down and the throw over. Bogart's a lot of at bats against Givens for a bullpen guy. 2 for 9. Checking down to third to see whether or not the runner will be going here. With 2 away, the Orioles will hold. Mancini on the bag. Runner stays, strike on the outside corner. Red Sox trying to win. It would be their 3rd in a row, trying to get the sweep here in this series. Orioles have been swept 10 times this year. That's a little misleading, though. Ball popped up in the air down the right field side. Mancini, nice catch over the shoulder, puts it away. So that will do it here. It's misleading because those 1-game series, you have a rain out, they count the 1 game as a series. Low fares with nothing to hide. That's transparency. Here at Camden Yards, the Orioles 3 outs to try and get back as they trail it 5-1. Out hit 9-2. 2 singles in the ball game. They both came off Boston starter Chris Sale. Trey Mancini one. Danny Valencia had the other. They scored on a couple of walks in the 7th inning. Sac fly. Peterson the only RBI. And the Orioles facing their 7th loss in a row. If they do not come back, it would be the 3rd time Orioles have had a 7-game losing streak this year. So let's see if they can undo that here in the bottom of the 9th inning. Haley's delivery to Trumbo will be taken on a swinging strike. Trumbo a walk, scored in the 7th. He's had a strange day. He has walked twice and been hit by a pitch.
Well, there are no comfortable afternoons against Chris Sale, but he had, if you're going to have one, probably the most. You know, he got hit, but it was the jersey, and then the 2 walks. Of course, that's not comfortable because you still have to walk, and thrown anywhere from 99 to 71.
All the strikeouts picked up by Sale in the 6 innings, 9 of them. Workman worked an inning, no strikeout. Haley has not had a strikeout. 0-2 delivery on the way, up and away. Red Sox looking for their 47th win of the year, leading the majors in wins already, and looking to win their 12th out of 13 against the Orioles. 1 ball, 2 strike count. Into the glove. Hello. 1 out.
Yeah, a little change up, and you know, I was thinking you got to use the middle of the field because he's not going to throw it by you, but you want to hit it the other side of him because this is right to the glove side, and then give him credit for it. He makes a nice play. Watch where the glove is. Right there, put it up. If it's to the other side, no way to get it. Yeah. That was a Halloween look. Like a goblin just came and got you, but he flagged it down. Nice play.
So one away here in the ninth. Greg Gentry sent a walk. Fielder's choice, flied out.
You know, it's funny though, even if that ball gets by him, Nunez is playing right behind him, right into the shift.
One down, nobody on, ninth inning, and the pitch will be taken for a strike. So Haley trying to finish it out with a couple of innings. He walked a batter in the eighth. Oh, one pitch, bunting for a base hit, went after it, I think. No. Okay.
I think he got the bat back.
Pulled it back.
He just took one look at Devers, who now is going to move in. Well, this is what Greg Gentry does. Okay, I mean, you see, just get the bat head out. That's how you get it in fair territory, and then slide it back if you think it's going to be a ball, and it was.
One and one from Haley. Ground ball to third, and because he moved him in, it's an easy play. Gentry retired. 2 down. Chance Sisco came on to pinch hit. Grounded out, stayed on as the catcher. He'll bat here in the ninth inning with 2 away.
Yeah, I'm kind of looking for, Justin Haley came from the same school that Austin Wynns, the Orioles starting catcher today, came from, Fresno State. So there in 2011 and 12, so probably cross paths. Where Sisco in the game and Wins out because he got pinch hit for it.
Well, the comparisons to the '88 Orioles are going to begin. On this date, that team was 18-49. The Orioles are going to be 19-48
after losing the first 21.
Yeah. Into the shift and a base hit. Probably. As Bogarts had a short hop, he tried to go after, and moving in on it, he had no play.
Yeah, Sisco's not a burner like Gentry, but again, I think Xander's saying, you know what, if I stay back and I'm in the shift, you can see where he's playing. And maybe if I stay back, I may get this because I got to have to back up and take it waist high, so I'll try to backhand it. Very difficult play, and he couldn't make it. Definitely a base hit. It's not your routine major league play the way he played it.
So the Orioles get their third hit, all singles.
Pretty good pitch from Haley right in on the fist. Certainly didn't hit it very hard.
And with 2 down, Jace Peterson will get another chance at it. Got the RBI on a sac fly. The Orioles have had 1 run or less in 19 games prior to this. That's the most in the majors. This could be number 20. In the air to right, going back near the warning track, reaching up, can't get it. Chance for another run. They'll make the turn and hold him at third. Bobby Dickerson holding him up at third base as Sisco came around.
Yeah, it would have been a dead bird at home plate right there. And you're down 5-1. Now he hits this ball hard, little changeup, I think, and he just belts it. Betts plays him very shallow, and then he can't run it down. And this is a Gold Glover, Platinum Glover too, 1 year. And right here, it's not that Sisco's not running. I just think the scoreboard, your Bobby Dickerson, nope, he's waving him because if they mess up the double relay, it's going to send them. But when they don't, nope, not making that last out at home plate.
So the Orioles get 2 in scoring position here in the bottom of the ninth with 2 down, and there's their first extra base hit. Double by Peterson. And Joey Rickert will stand in. Orioles trying to get that potential tying run to the plate down here by a score of 5-1. They need to get 1 more on base in order for that to happen. And a pitch is in there for a strike. Orioles have gone 0 for 6 with runners in scoring position, and Kimbrel, while they don't want to have to use him, if they need him for an out, he's up.
Yep. 53 pitches the last 2 days for Craig Kimbrel.
Down to third base. Devers has it. Stretch on the bag. They won't need him. And that's the ball game. So the Orioles here in the ninth, 0 runs, 2 hits, no errors. 2 are left on base. Sale will get the win, 6-4. Jeffrey Ramirez in his start for the Orioles, major league debut, will go 0-1. for the Orioles for the third time. They have lost 7 in a row. So a day off tomorrow, then the weekend series against the Marlins. Freya will make the start against Gosman. That'll be on Friday. Our coverage, Masson 2, 6:30. O's Extra, presented by Southwest. Game coverage will be at 7. This has been a Masson presentation. Tom and Rick are coming up. They will take a look back as the Red Sox have a 3-game sweep. For Jim Palmer and all of our crew, I'm Gary Thorne. Have a wonderful evening. Adieu.